Hi, this is Role Playing Public Radio Actual Play. We are doing Delta Green, Impossible Landscapes, Session 3. In our last session, the agents of Cell Y entered the night floors, the upper floors of the McAllister building, and did not like what they encountered. Have determined on the course of action, but Yersinia, Dr. Riszek, has... on the way, found a bookstore, and in this bookstore found two books that are very interesting. One is in Latin, so that is a bit hard to read, but there is one in English called The Devil's Craftsman. You have read this book. It is about the architect of the McAllister building, Asa Darabandi. He is, there's a lot of information about him. But I will summarize that in a little bit. But the thing that you notice is that there is a photo of Darabandi in the book, and it is a picture of him in front of a hotel. You see the letter B on the door. It's a building with a letter B in the door. You don't.
Let me guess. It's the fucking brothel bin.
You don't see the full sign, but that would be your guess. But the problem is, there's a handwritten note. Darabandi is pointed out in, left in the photo, but he's standing with several people. And there's two in particular. There's a handwritten caption, grabs your attention. So it says Abby and JCL. JCL is a man. You don't recognize him.
No, but I recognize those letters.
Yeah, and then there is Abby. Abby is standing next to Darabandi. So, Yersinia, give me a sand check, because that is a 26-year-old.
Off to a roaring start.
Yep.
I do make that.
All right. And, you...
So, it's the Abby we're looking for.
Yes, it is.
Yes.
It's a dead ringer for her.
In an ancient book, basically.
A book published 43 years ago.
Yep.
And she is 26 years old.
Yep. Yep.
And, so, the information, May 28th, 1886, architect, Asa Darabandi is born in Paris. He becomes an American citizen in June 6, 1887, when he arrives in New York. They settle in Chicago. In 1898, he is put out on the street in Chicago after his mother discovers she has been filling Asa's head with ideas that he is secret royalty from a fictional country fleeing assassins in Europe. Let's see here. And Asa Darabandi then in 1905 to 1921 becomes a local celebrity. He builds 10 thought houses, quote unquote, for Chicago luminaries. The press calls the youth the Picasso of architecture. In 1911, construction is completed on the Bellefleur House in Oak Park neighborhood of Chicago, a thought building designed by Darabandi for the wealthy Fitzroy family. In May 6, 1921, Darabandi leaves Chicago suddenly for New York and takes up a residence at an unnamed Midtown hotel, answering, according to his mother, an invitation. May 10, 1921, New York millionaire Henry London hires Darabandi to build what will become the McAllister building in New York. Yeah, so the book goes over, it does mention some other things about Darabandi. Also murdered some people in the 1950s. So.
That's not, you'd think that might be a little more pertinent than...
Yeah, that's a footnote.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So Darabandi,
you said 1932?
1953, I believe. Let me double check the dates.
Okay. Asking the Yellow King to cite his fucking sources, I guess.
Yeah. Source? Question mark?
Yeah.
Carcosa.
Yeah.
Also, I'm Rob Stith. You can find my work largely at the Orpheus Protocol. I think we forgot that part.
Oh, yeah.
Look, if they don't know who we are, go back to listen to the previous episodes.
Yeah, this isn't for you.
Okay, yeah, it was in 1950. A fire breaks out at his office in New York. After it's extinguished, the body of Isabella Sauer is found dead from drowning next to a washtub filled with bloody water. A warrant is issued for Darabani's arrest. It is soon discovered Darabani owes nearly $200,000 to the bank, and that he's kept a logbook of accounts, which implies he has killed perhaps 20 children since his arrival in New York in 1921.
20 children.
Yes.
And someone who drowned.
Yep. That is all you know. That's why the book is called The Devil's Craftsman.
Apparently.
Yeah. And it does indicate that does note that the New York City Police Municipal Library has his journal in writing somewhere.
Okay.
Oh, hi. Yeah. Don't mind if I do.
That sounds like something I probably have the authority to request.
The other book is written in Latin. If you have a skill, you can try and analyze the book itself. It looks old, but without expert indication, you can't really tell how old. That is the kind of if you had history or an art skill.
I have history and anthropology, one at 30, one at 31.
All right, give me a roll of either one. That's not high enough to get it automatically.
Gotcha.
I make for 30. I have 30 on both. Also.
I fail.
Okay. So the the title of the book is Libro Secretorium Manifesta. It actually appears to have been printed. It is not handwritten, even though it is written in Latin. And so you would guess this book is perhaps 100 years old at most.
Okay.
So it is a small lavender hardcover book. So yeah, it is something probably not a century old at most. Yeah, not handwritten, not a medieval tome, despite being written in Latin. So that's what you're able to figure out. But it also, by looking at it, it does look like it is a play. The way the words are arranged is structured like a script.
What's Latin for enter federal agents? Can I just scan for that?
That's a great. Yeah.
Oh no.
You do not see that.
Okay.
Okay, well, that's good.
I assume this would probably. I mean, you can't fucking do this in just an evening or whatever. But while we have,
I would say this is now the morning. You got back from the bookstore the night of August 11th after your meeting with Marcus. It is now the morning of August 12th, 1995. So let's just go around and see what everyone.
All right, yeah.
Jørgen, what are you wanting to do?
What am I wanting to do?
Yeah, you're all in your hotel room together right now. I'm assuming just to sort of synchronize everybody.
And we've also just been informed to burn down the fucking building in the middle of Manhattan?
Yeah, or just demolish. Otherwise,
and kill the residents.
The only things that I am thinking about right now, there are two things that are important. One of them is burning down the building. The other important thing is figuring out what kind of other small either fires or vandalisms or other things would properly distract first responders enough to ensure the complete destruction of the building. If there is something to do toward those goals, Jørgen is working tirelessly towards it. If not, he's literally laying down and conserving his energy because he doesn't know how long this is going to take or how exerting it's going to be.
What's your criminology? I'm just going to use that.
My criminology is 62.
Okay, yeah, you're pretty good at this. Oh yeah, by the way, don't forget to advance your skills from the previous session if you haven't already. So
how do you do that? You just roll
every
D4?
Skill you failed, you roll D4. Yeah,
D4 minus 1 for each skill that you took a check on.
Oh, we were going with that. I've just been doing one each.
Yeah, I've been doing one as well.
Okay.
Sorry. So Jørgen, a lot about arson. Yeah. So. In general, there's a couple of ways. It's basically like there's a couple different ways you can approach this. One is slowing down the response, and two is making the fire inside burn faster or stronger.
Those are both very worthy pursuits.
Yeah, and there's also then like how Also, like, how much risk are you willing to take yourself? You do know that you could, if you're disguised, hoodie and jacket, you could throw Molotovs through the windows. But obviously there's going to be witnesses in downtown Manhattan at any time of day. So, but if you go inside and set the fire and then walk out, then you have plausible deniability. So like so the first thing is, do you want to set the fire inside, or you want to try and throw Molotovs from outside?
That would depend partially on police response times in the area. Because,
Sorry.
Being an EMT, I would probably know a bit about other departments' response times, just because I assume I've been also to fires and everything like those.
Yep.
So I would probably know the areas around, like if I have a map and time to work out like how many fires we need for distractions and where they should be to like spread things thin.
Mm-hmm. You do know there are 3 fire departments, fire stations nearby within like 10 blocks of this place. Like this Manhattan is saturated with fire stations.
We burn the fire stations down.
So yeah, that's going to be very hard to do. So basically, I'm going to say I'm going to abstract this to a degree. So every distraction can be big or small. Small would be like burning a car, or a big one would be burning a warehouse. Each one will delay the response because there's fewer assets in the area. You could also basically hope, depending on, you also know what times things are most likely to burn, so you can they're usually hammered this time of day. I would say, probably early evening drive time, because there's a lot of car accidents and they need to go out and put cars out and things like that. So
yeah, we're looking for the golden, sweet spot between when certain businesses send people home, because first off, that's when rush hour is going to happen anyway. But the point is, it would be nice at least to not kill a bunch of innocent people. Like, I know that Jørgen is fairly cold, but he absolutely doesn't want to kill innocent people. That's fucked up. So burning some place that's been shut down for the night but represents something quite expensive. So like a place with computers, or a place with a warehouse is a great example too. Just like something where there's a lot of money at stake in a fire, but not a lot of people. Like that's perfect, because like the priority will be really high, but not likely to just murder a bunch of people. And sort of like spread those out geographically so that it's like maximally inconvenient to respond. And then shortly, like once they've had enough time to be committed to those responses, then it's time for the main event.
So, Ryan, so of one warehouse in Manhattan that would be a good distraction. Nobody should be in it.
Nice.
There's also, any number of like places you can go, like where there would be an abandoned car or something like that would cause a minor distraction. And each one would delay it by a little bit. So, but the warehouse is not too far from the place you're going to. And if you go and start a fire there, that will definitely delay the response. Now, the big thing is, though, if you're wanting to do this at rush hour when it's going to slow down the response time the most, that means you're going to want to set the fire inside. If you throw Molotovs, there's going to be cops on you in minutes, within 2 minutes. And that's going to be very hard to get away from but all the NYPD swarming you. So that means there's any number of ways to set a fire inside the building, obviously. But the best thing is, how much prep work do you want to do? Do you want to like knock holes in the wall and pour accelerant into it? You could do that. You can. There's. Like one easy way is to take a coat hanger, and put it on, wrap a chain on it and put the coat hanger in an outlet, and then put some paint thinner below, the outlet. Once it sparks, it lights, and, the spark lights the accelerant, and you're, at the other end of the chain on gloves.
Yeah,
and
toluene fumes famously not picky.
So, that would be pretty good. Another distraction would be like a big truck or van blocking a street. So basically,
shall we
you don't want to do them all.
Character, because I think I've pretty much got my my preference, but it requires everyone else to cooperate. And Jørgen's very bad at convincing people.
Yeah. So me was that was both of your characters' expertise
without hurting them.
Yeah. So go ahead and talk.
Oh, well, I was going to say that Younger actually probably ducks out first thing to get those journals because she does not want to think about what they have to do and research.
You're leaving me alone with this?
Look, if you want to if you want to come off on a research field trip while they plan all the things we don't want to admit we probably have to do, you're welcome to. But
you can't leave the dogs unattended.
I figure because Younger, her brain broke very badly yesterday. And so she just wants to not think about things and find weird book.
Okay.
So that is
team homework.
She just bounces.
Team homework and team crime.
Okay, so actually, Marley, as you're leaving the hotel and walking down the street, a man.
Oh no!
Yeah, he's kind of disheveled. 5'10", 200 pounds or so. Dressed kind of sloppily. He's like, excuse me, are you an associate of Jørgen?
What?
I have a message and a question for him.
For Jørgen?
Yeah.
I may know where to find Jørgen, yes.
Get asked, that's my real name.
Yeah.
I need to give him a message and ask him a question.
Okay. Well, if you pass those things to me, I can perhaps pass them along. But I'm afraid I'm not at liberty to do anything else.
I need the answer to the question. How would that work? How would I get the answer?
Well, you can leave contact information. There's any number of ways to make this smoothed out as much as possible, but I'm afraid I'm not going to let you follow me around all day. So you either tell me what would help me solve that, or you go away.
Okay. My name's Daryl. You can at the Dredger's office. You can leave a message there, and because I gotta go to work in a bit. The message is you can't. He can't go to Club Apocalypse no more. And then the question is, how many floors does the McAllister building have? Well, you're adapted to helplessness. Yeah, you're
yeah.
Yeah.
Par for the course.
Yeah.
And where would someone find you?
Well, you
Daryl?
just I'm around, but if you go to call the Dredger's office, that's where I work.
The Dredger's office.
Yeah. Here, he gives you a number.
Okay.
I look for bodies in the river and pull them out. But anyways, he'll know Club Apocalypse. Okay. Is he gonna answer soon? Michelle Zeiss is very. I don't know. I like to give him the answers.
I can't make promises for other people.
Oh, okay. Well, we'll get him that message very soon. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I'll keep looking for him. But anyways, I gotta go.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. He walks away. Oh yeah, you can be human chick.
Yeah. Gonna do that. Gonna go ahead and do that. 55. Holy shit. Yeah. Make that shit.
A critical?
That is a critical success.
Dang.
This is a person who has seen way too much and does not know how to process it. He's definitely not all there. He's definitely not violent either, but is someone who is easily pliable, very suggestible, and has seen a lot of things.
And also, there should be absolutely no way anyone has a connection between me and Jørgen. That's not a thing.
Let's see. You have criminology, yeah. You've heard of Club Apocalypse. It's connected to a criminal syndicate in New York called the Network.
Okay. Well, that's good. That's great. Okay. Well, I am going to start being incredibly paranoid and spend the next while walking around trying to tell whether or not I have a tail.
All right. I will roll alertness for you. What's your alertness?
50.
Yeah, you don't see anything.
Okay. Once I feel confident about that, I'm going to find a phone booth, and I'm going to Well, actually, no, wait. I don't
Well,
have a way of
that's
fucking
taking you a
sugarcoating.
while. Let's go back to the meeting. Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. This is so. Meanwhile,
I hate this, Ryan, but I think we're going to have to split up, at least a lot, because the exact things that make it possible that our plan will work also make it so that we can't get to the McAllister from the site of the distraction fast enough to matter.
Yeah, we're gonna need to be all in on this, and yeah, not together. Absolutely.
1, 1, and 2, I think. Warehouse, secondary distraction, 2 people at the McAllister. We don't know what to... bad things might happen when we're in there.
I mean, I also have a friend in the subways who might be able to help with the distraction. If I ask nicely.
If you can. I think that the warehouse you pointed out is a good distraction. The other thing we should do is likely to burn a car or near or at a busy intersection to cripple the traffic patterns for an hour or so.
Yeah, no, intersection's a very good idea. Maybe we could place a car, like a car we know won't
I'll steal
be
a car.
moved, or have it parked near, and as
Yeah.
long as it's not traced to us, I mean...
No, I'll just steal a car. That's easy.
Yep, I believe that. Just kind of like side eye, like, okay, yep, cool.
I'll do that first and pass it off to whoever volunteers for that part of the assignment. I want to be the one who kills the McAllister.
Fair. Yeah, you're probably... I mean, I feel like you're one of the people who knows how to do this better than, say...
The slow blink you get says, I have done this.
Cool. All right. So let's see. It's definitely Team McAllister.
I just need someone for backup because it can't be trusted to be normal.
No, I feel like a haunted building might be angry if we set it on fire. Just a little. Just a tiny.
Yeah.
All right.
Really important lesson about disappointment.
Can I use navigate to like find the best intersection where there is parking near it, but it will still cause a hell of a distraction?
what's your navigate at?
The 50.
Oh, 50. Yeah, you don't even...
I drive these streets all the time. Yeah.
With 50, yeah, you know the intersection. I'm not going to name it because again,
No, yeah.
but like the intersection that would knock out, that would delay, that would be between 2 of the fire stations, the one to the north and the one to the east of the McAllister. So then the only one that would have a clear path is the one to the west of it. So the main thing is that it would have to be more than a regular sized car. A regular sized car is going to get moved in a couple of minutes unless you need ideally it would be a semi truck with a trailer, which is obviously very hard to do in Manhattan. But like a box truck would be pretty good.
Box truck filled with stuff that goes up quickly.
Or you get it on its side, which is going to be like tricky to do without getting the driver killed.
Setting it up so that it'll burn real good, and having something that will destroy the tires, would not take as long. You could literally put it in neutral and have it rolling forward, run out in front of it, and drop, a slasher strip or something.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, box truck with that is on fire in the middle of the intersection would they would have to deal with that first before they could get to the building. Yeah. You also know, Ryan, that as soon as you do something like this, they're going to know something's up. Especially if the warehouse fire is going at the same time. They're so many rare events happening at the same time. They are going to be put the island on. They're going to know something's fucky.
Oh, yeah.
They're going to think big targets like banks or galleries or
politicians' houses.
This, something huge.
And let the tabloids have fun with it. It's fine.
So it'll definitely draw So box truck at this intersection with that's on fire. That would definitely stop 2 of the 3 fire stations.
And then the warehouse.
Yeah, so that would be it. That would be more than enough. And then you just had the team that goes in the building just needs to like knock some holes in the wall and pour a bunch of accelerant in there, and then set the fire and then get out.
Point of order. I believe we discussed some possibility of not needing to kill the residents, but I think that it went over Jørgen's head. So if we want to plan for not burning people alive in the building, someone will have to tell him.
There are 4 people in the building, by the way, and I will say at this point, you know that they all act differently during the day and the night. Or at least, well, you haven't talked to everybody yet, and you haven't talked to everybody at day and night, but so far, yeah, they have acted differently at day and night. Also, you're planning to do this at night, or near night.
Well, close enough to peak hour, golden hour, night.
Yeah, hard to say exactly when the little switch turns over at the McAllister, but like we have to do our plan based on the normal world considerations.
So you're all talking about this, planning this, looking at maps, and this takes you about an hour, and that's when you get a phone call at your hotel room.
I'll pick up. I don't think I'm taking part in what they're doing.
Yeah. Okay.
I'll pick up the phone.
Hi.
Could
I talk to Yngva there?
Sure. Balta, you have a call.
Okay, I go and pick it up. Hello?
Have you? It's younger. Have you talked to anyone outside of the group?
What do you mean?
Somebody approached me on the street and asked me about you by your real name.
That's bad.
Yeah, it's bad. I'll tell you more when I get back, but I don't know if this means that you're being watched, or, I mean, at the very least, they saw me randomly. I don't know if this means that someone is following me. I don't know if it means that weird building stuff is following us outside of weird building. But
what I can tell you is that it doesn't make sense to me immediately.
Okay.
It's something strange or new.
They had a message and a question for you, and I don't know if I feel secure on the phone, so I will tell you more when I get back. I guess head on a swivel. I don't know. It'll take me a little longer to get back because I'm going to be looking over my shoulder every 5 minutes.
Be careful.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah, go ahead and give me a say a roll for helplessness, Jørgen.
Success.
All right. Yeah.
It sucks, but
it sucks. Yeah.
We have to deal with it after.
So yeah, meanwhile, Yersinia, while Ryan and Jørgen are discussing arson plans. What are you doing?
I was hoping that I could, using my fairly high cryptography, start translating the Latin book, because it's cryptography. Everybody's fucking favorite code language is Latin. The alchemists did it.
Yeah, nerd shit.
Nerds. It's like the ABCs of cryptography.
Okay, yeah, I would allow that. What's your cryptography at?
60.
Oh, yeah. It'll be very slow, but yeah.
Do I need to roll for this, or is this?
Yes, you do.
Okay.
It is, yeah. Because individual characters are easy to translate, or like words, but like syntax and grammar are different.
I want to prioritize specifically, since you said that it's sectioned like a play. I want to prioritize name tags.
Okay. Like the cast list, dramatis personae, and all that.
Yeah, basically. So I got a 14.
Okay. So you start making some headway in that. It feels like it's actually like someone who watched a play and then wrote it down.
A transcription of a play?
Yeah, like they're someone trying, like a half remembered play. It does not feel finished.
Oh, Mr. Burns post electric play, all that shit.
Yeah. It is give me a
oh god.
As you look through the book, though, that you do see a small symbol
okay.
in the page that you didn't notice before, but as you're reading this, go ahead and give me a sand check.
Oh, God. I don't make that.
Oh, wait, you're adapted to helplessness, aren't you?
Yes, I am.
Okay, yeah. Let's see here.
Is it the same symbol that was in the fucking bookshop?
It is.
That's probably just a coincidence because, he was selling the same books. So, I mean, why wouldn't they have the...
well, I mean, these books are connected to the same person. That's just normal. That's
that's
what that
it must be like his call sign.
This play is called The King in Yellow, though. You do know that it is an incomplete version of it.
Oh, that's good. Okay. All right.
So it is about there's a section you see, Song of my soul, my voice is dead. Die thou unsung as tears unshed shall dry and die in lost Carcosa.
That's the first time we've heard Carcosa, right? Like that is okay. Very good. Okay, this is great.
So Ryan and Jørgen both give me alertness checks.
96. I am busy.
My die roll was 88% below my skills.
Okay. So you still made that with an 8?
No, like I rolled a 2 and I have a 90.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so Jørgen, you hear that. You hear Yersinia mumbling to herself, and you hear that very clearly, though.
You're on to something?
Yeah, well, I've started translating that book that was in Latin, and I don't know, it's just a passage that stuck out at me. Are you familiar with Latin? Do you want to see it?
I'm familiar with the concept of Latin.
I should hope so.
I can use my imagination.
Okay. So you all continue to work. So Ryan and Jørgen, you realize you need to get a box. You need to source a box truck and need to source something to put in it that will catch on fire, something that'll be hard to put out. And obviously, accelerants are good. And
it's the 90s.
Yeah.
No one gives a shit.
Yep.
Yeah, you can just go to your fucking gas station and buy styrofoam and some gas, and you're set.
Yeah. So, I'll leave that to someone else. I will go and steal an appropriate vehicle at some point before go time.
Okay, so you spend this time figuring out where a good place to go to steal a box truck would be.
Yeah, where you'd have multiple options. Yep.
Yeah. You figure out one of the best places would be there is a distribution hub for a shipping hub for a major company or major food company.
Perfect.
They have a lot that's only guarded by a chain link fence and security, presumably a security guard or two. But if you go in there, the right time of night, you can go in there, hotwire car, and drive out with it. Then you just need to stash it long enough so you can fill it up with the shit and then drive it out in the middle of the thing. So you're planning that. Ryan, what about you? What do you Jørgen seems to know how to steal a box truck. You
I mean, you know what else that's
you could go to the
on
warehouse to case it because you need to make sure no one's in there and figure out how to break into that. Or you could go talk to Gary right now if you want to.
Yeah, I will go talk to Gary because I feel like if he can for some reason cause some kind of disturbance elsewhere, the more of those happening, the better. Not, telling the world ghouls exist, but they're in the subway. I feel like they could cause some trouble somewhere.
Yeah, so you start heading out there.
Guys, I'll be back. I'm going to go talk to a friend, and I just, look at Jørgen.
See a man about a horse.
Yeah. Do we have a day that we want this done? Just so I'm not going there and be like, cause a distraction.
I mean, it should probably just be tomorrow because, I need to wait until nighttime to steal a vehicle, and so it'll be too late for our plan. But I don't want to sit on even if with your navigate we find a great place to stash the car, I don't want to sit on it forever.
Yeah, absolutely. I just wanted a vague date, so it's not when. Oh, who did not?
Hey Gary, let me get back to you on that.
Yeah.
You got a pager? I could just give you a page whenever we're.
So Marley, you can give me a bureaucracy, criminology, or history check to locate the journal in the.
We'll go with criminology because I got that at 50.
New York Department of Records and Information Services. Yeah, sorry.
Come on.
Oh, you have it at 50.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Should I roll or?
Yeah. I mean, you'll get it regardless. But is it going to take you all day, or are you going to be able to find it fast?
5.
All right. Yeah, you find it pretty fast, and you start a reading. It's his journal from 1921 to 1950, and he goes east on a whim. From Chicago to New York, and checks in the first hotel to catch his eye, Hotel Brodelbin. And then only a few days later, the millionaire hired him to as an admirer of someone named Ian de Craig, and hoped to secure a copy of the Roy and Jules from the architect, but Darabani never indicated he possessed one. Copy of it. And Darabani receives a phone call at the hotel. The caller claims his name is Bale and that he serves the king. Darabani is overcome with monstrous depression and expresses a desire. This is all the same month in 1921. A desire to kill himself. He is consoled by friends at the hotel, including Wilde, Gary T, and O'Rourke. Then on June 1921, desperate and terrified by his own actions, he surrenders his treasured copy of Libro Secretorum Manifesto to an unknown bookshop in the hopes he can break free of the urge to kill.
So he thinks that the book that Riszek brought home was driving him to kill.
Mm-hmm. A copy of The King in Yellow, the Red Book edition, shows up outside his door at the hotel the next morning, delivered by a man dressed in red. The phone calls continue. April 1922, he informs London that he's working on the hotel and has made that he has made his home in lieu of payment. Then in 1934, he checks in at the hotel. J.C. Linz checks in at the Hotel Brodelbin, meets Deborah Carver, and then
JCL.
Yeah. And then they vanishes below the hotel. In 1945, Isabel Sauer, who is, he notes this death, and then she is later killed by Darabani. Then 1948, Damien LaChance disappears and turns up drowned in the Harlem River. His name is later found in the list of victims. And then you find, his journal ends August 30th, 1950. With him, his office catching on fire. So yeah, this takes you several hours to read. You start heading back to the hotel. Meanwhile, Ryan, you head into the subway. You go down. You actually wait until a train passes. Then you jump onto the tracks and then run into a side tunnel. No one seems to give you any mind. And you follow the route as best you can. Give me a navigate check.
Lost in the sewers. Oh God.
It's a 91. It's like I was a little traumatized last time I was down here.
Give me a sand check.
Oh, good.
Gary finds you.
Oh boy.
Oh, fantastic. That's an 86. I don't make that.
Oh.
Yeah, you lose 2. Which will put you below your breaking point.
Can I do things to not get that?
Yes. You can either project, or you can project to reduce the sand amount, or you can repress, which will keep you from losing your shit. And but the sand loss goes through. So.
I will project.
Okay.
So I'm gonna.
Yeah.
So what do I roll?
Roll a d4.
Don't know.
Yeah.
Hey, it's a 4.
All right, you lose 4 willpower, and take 4 from one of your bonds, and then you don't lose any sanity.
All right, this is definitely my old EMT partner who got me on this route that led to me meeting Gary in the first place. Because it's definitely his fault. God, my poor willpower. All right,
yeah,
cool.
You see under the hood now, and you can see the monstrously long face, the large teeth, the rubbery skin. This is not like a deformed person. This is something that is not human. And it is very intelligent. And it is Gary is watching you.
Sorry if I've disturbed you. You told me if I ever needed help, I could ask for something.
Yes.
Would you be able to cause a distraction on the surface? Nothing like no killing people. I don't want that. But
We do not kill.
Fantastic.
We claim the dead.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. We won't need dead to be claimed here. Just some loud noise. If you can set fires somewhere. If I fold out my map, I'm like, anywhere in this kind of vicinity, like the third area that could be helpful for us, like between all the things. I don't know if you can, but is that something you could do?
Are you sure that is what you need? It seems if you were needing a distraction, you were planning something somewhere else. You may need an escape, wouldn't you? We can give you safe passage from whatever you do to ensure that no one finds you. We could get you through under the river and on the other side.
You could do that. That actually would be very, very helpful. We might have 4 people. You've met one of them. Doesn't matter?
No, you could take it 4 is fine.
If we could do this.
We would need payment, though.
All right. How much do you need? What would you like?
One adult.
An adult.
A corpse, of course.
A corpse. Okay. Yeah. All right. Mm-hmm. Yep. That's doable. I can do that.
Not too thin.
Not too thin. Cool. All right. When would you need this? After?
Before the service.
Before the service. Okay. All right. No, we can do that. I'm like thinking of like morgues in hospitals and stuff like that. I have access to.
You are trusted. Yeah.
I can do this. This is yep. Yeah. Okay. Well, so we'll need this escape. Not tonight, but tomorrow night. But I should be able to get back later tonight for payment. I could.
Yes. You do not. Here, I will show you another way in here. You don't have to go by the public.
That would be very helpful, Gary.
Yes, of course. You understand.
Yeah. No, I do. I do understand. Yeah. Just like this fucking EMT friend I had. This is all their goddamn fault. Just.
So, you clearly hear Gary's hooves clack against the stone of the floor.
This is fine. This is.
He takes you through these tunnels, these cramped, like damp, moldy, just the smell. You didn't also like. It's so old. You had no idea there were tunnels like this under New York. They look positively medieval. And he comes up to a staircase. He points to the top of the staircase, which goes to a blank wall. Feel along the right side. There will be a circular depression. Push in, and a wall will open. Bring the body here tonight. And knock 3 times at this hollow space, and I will open it from the other side to claim my price.
Sounds reasonable. Thank you very, very much. Great. Now for this escape, where will we meet you?
Tell me a place in the subways or the sewers that you wished for me to meet you.
I'll pick the one closest to the building.
Mm-hmm. There's a manhole cover down the street from the McAllister building.
Yep. Just here would be perfect.
Yes.
Thank you. That's...
Gary smiles. And
good.
That is
terrifying.
Yeah. but he very politely smiles and then nods slightly, and then steps back so you can move past him, so you can go up the stairs.
Yep, I'll do that. That's great. Cool. Where do I come out? Just be like, yes, good.
You're in an
Noted
alley. Yeah,
this.
You're just in an alley. The wall seems to be. Yeah, you don't have any architecture. You can't make sense of it, but yeah, it's just like a wall in an alley.
Cool.
Somewhere in Manhattan. So yeah.
Great. Mm-hmm. I'm gonna leave the alley and get my bearings so I can remember how to get back here.
Yeah. You like I said, you know New York very well.
Yep.
So you're making a good progress on the translation. You pretty much have it, but like I said, it is an incomplete version of the play. Yeah, but you're still getting some insight. Give me one more sand check.
I fail that.
Okay.
Is it still helplessness?
No, this is unnatural.
Okay. So unnatural is the one that hits hard, right? That's great.
You can never be adapted to.
Yeah, there's no dodging unnatural.
Yeah, you only lose one, and
good.
have you reached a breaking point yet? I can't remember. No,
not yet.
Not yet. But yeah, you do actually get some insight into playwriting.
Good.
You now have art playwriting at 10%.
That's probably great. All right. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, at this point, Marley comes back with a photocopy of the journal.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay, so I guess I have to check in with a couple of people. So first of all,
you back yet?
You clip it?
Yeah. Jørgen's back. You've just been. You went out and cased the place. I'm like, yep. It's pretty straightforward, but there's plenty of box trucks there. You hit it at 3 in the morning, and you just the other thing is finding a place to stash it. But you have some money, so yeah, you know of another storage facility that is big enough that you could drive it in there, and you rent it for the month. So it's
perfect.
Yeah, exactly.
So everybody's back. Everybody's here when Younger gets back.
Yeah.
Okay. First of all, I don't know if that might be something that book might be bad.
It's certainly odd, I should say.
Well, at the very least, this guy thought that this guy who apparently, when he got to New York, checked into the hotel that doesn't exist, later got rid of that book because he thought it was driving him to kill. So that's not ideal.
Okay.
Jørgen.
Yes.
So the guy who came up to me and used your name and just he seemed to not necessarily understand the scope of the things that he asked me, but he introduced himself as I believe it was Daryl from the Dredger's office.
What does that mean to Jørgen?
Anyone with anybody has bureaucracy 50. Actually, Ryan, the Dredger's office, they dredge things from the harbor and the water, and like dredging bodies. Like you've had to deal with the Dredger's office to pick up bodies that they fished out of the water.
Yep.
In fact, you know a guy named Daryl.
Oh, I know Daryl. It's he's explained situation.
Okay, well, he had two things to tell me. One was a message for you, and one was a question that he apparently expects an answer to. Which I assume would be contacted through the Dredger's office. I don't know. I was honestly expecting this would mean more to you, and that does not help my state of mind.
Do I know
especially?
Daryl?
No.
So
okay. Well, the two things he said that quote, "You can't go to Club Apocalypse no more," which is I might have to ask you about that later, but fuck, we're in deep already anyway. And second of all. And this is the one that I really don't like. This is the question that he wanted, that whoever sent him wanted answered, which is, how many floors does the McAllister building have?
Interesting. So, Club Apocalypse, has Jørgen associated with that place, and or has something recently happened that like it makes sense that he's not welcome there, or is this like completely weird and random?
Club Apocalypse is the club owned by the network, the criminal organization you're trying to infiltrate. You've been there multiple times. It's owned by someone that people have called Stephen Alziz, and you've seen him in the distance a couple times at Club Apocalypse. But yeah, it's a very popular, very dangerous nightclub.
Does the sudden ban follow anything in reality, or is it just strange?
I mean, the more the network is a very dangerous criminal organization that all the other criminal organizations in the city are terrified of. You don't know exactly how everything works because, again, you're an outsider trying to get in.
Sure.
You've done jobs for people that are like hangers-ons of other more powerful people. But yeah, you're pretty early on in your pin board setting. Setting up the pin, the little pin board with all the strings. But you do know Stephen Alziz is the owner of the club and probably the leader of the network, you would guess. In terms of not being welcome there, you have no idea. But it is a very...
just about nothing about that makes sense to me. I don't know that person. I don't know why he would know me. I don't know why I would suddenly be banned from Club Apocalypse. None of it.
The practicalities of it, they're disturbing on their face, but considering the things that I've been trying to avoid thinking about that you guys have been working on today, your real name has been connected to someone who also apparently could recognize me to the building that we're going to destroy. And I don't love that.
No.
Yeah. So that was the beginning of my day. And also here's my I sort of passed to Doc over there my notes that I scribbled out with like JCL underlined since that was a name that we've specifically come across. So yeah.
I assume I couldn't get anything that Younger hasn't already gotten out of this book, right?
This is, you can confirm that this is the book that Darabandi once owned.
Yeah, it's fucked.
Yeah. You really wish you had there's part of you, it's an incomplete copy of the play. Do you wish you had the complete version so you could compare notes?
I would. It would answer a lot of questions, I'm sure.
Okay. All right. Well, that's something for you to think about. You have a couple of tasks you need to do. You need to steal the box truck, and you need to get a body.
I will let everyone know that we have an escape route with a trusted friend. Don't worry about it. We're escaping via the sewers.
Great.
Okay.
So, just to reiterate, the question that Agent Younger relayed brings to mind, perhaps, a flaw in this plan that the two of you have been concocting. Now, if not a flaw, then perhaps maybe, a thought problem. How many floors does the building have? Is it possible to burn down?
Harder to get into.
I suppose you're right. We could lock the door. Maybe that would keep everybody out.
Locked doors don't keep people out if they want in.
And doors went sort of their own accord, open, closed, away, here. I don't know.
You do know that they're all going to be, all the tenants are going to be evicted soon.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That we need to dispose of, right? Have we drawn straws for that yet, or are we just expecting the fire to do it?
The silence is pointed.
Yes, it is. I'm pointing it at all of you because I want you to acknowledge just what it is you're about to do.
Well, if we're thinking about locking doors, that would make the fire do its job.
Locking the tenants in their room and then setting the building on fire.
There's
Ryan's kind of like half shrugs in that real non-committal way of.
There's a secondary question beneath the question of, do we kill all of the people who live in the building? Which would be that the reason we would be killing them is because the justification, as I believe we would all have to be like considering, is that it's too dangerous to let them live because of them being in contact with those places. But what does that say about us?
Yes, exactly. Agent Marcus, I don't know if anyone quite understood the meaning of him bringing a gun to our meeting.
Well, I mean, there's always plenty of reasons to bring a gun, but let's just say this has sort of narrowed things down.
So we escape after burning the building down and killing all of the tenants. And then what?
Then we become sorry.
Sorry, you do all remember Marcus told you to burn it and get out of town.
Then we leave separate ways, I guess. Just
All right.
Well, I mean, I'm not from New York, and I don't. But I mean, at least a couple of us are from around here, right? So, do you have exit strategies?
I'm sure that we can grasp at enough straws to summon one up.
I can make my way.
Ryan, you're on leave right now, officially from your job. So,
yeah.
You could come back a week later and say you were on vacation.
Hell yeah, I'll do that. There's so many fires while I was gone. Sorry I couldn't help out, guys.
You'll definitely look very refreshed after that vacation, I'm sure.
Yeah, it was one of those boot camp fitness vacations that,
Oh my God.
It's like a yoga retreat, but for like boot camp bullshit. It's very believable.
So yeah, you have two things you need to do before you are ready to two things that require actual like dice rolling. Like the other stuff, you know, like getting the flammable material put in the box truck and other stuff like that is easy. But you got to steal the truck, which is definitely dicey. Even and steal a body and deliver it to the alley.
Has Ryan told us? Has Ryan told us that we have to steal a body? Or
not yet? Okay. So, guys, about this escape route that I got, it doesn't come for free. We're just going to do a small favor for my mate. He wants a body. We can get, like, just one from the morgue would be fine, but we do need... Just
you want a body?
Yeah. So it's just like mid-sized adult corpse. The less you ask me why, the better for you, I think.
I will tell you that from personal experience, this makes sense, and we should do it.
Great!
Yeah.
Great. Awesome.
Uh-huh.
Just one adult body. That's all we need. Like, there are many already dead people at the hospital. Mm-hmm. Or if this Daryl guy is knowing too much about us.
I don't love the idea of roping in people that are connected to people who know things they shouldn't know and are connected to incredibly powerful organized crime. I wouldn't love that.
Let's
if you two are gonna vouch for the corpse wanter, I have nothing to add to that conversation.
So, Ryan, you know where all the bodies are delivered to. You know the logistics of corpses in Manhattan quite well. So hospitals are going to have bodies. They all have their own morgues, and they're busy, and certainly going to be that. There's also a morgue where all the John Does go, mostly the paupers, the homeless and that kind of thing. And that is going to be less guarded as well, but that's farther away. So really, hospitals are going to be closer to your delivery site, but are going to be a little harder to get into, or you're going to have a much longer drive to get a pauper.
I mean, I would have hospital garments. We could wear face masks. Yeah. If stopped and questioned of why we are taking, we have FBI badges. Mm-hmm. We could say it's a contaminated corpse or it's needed for an investigation. We're taking it for forensics. There's ways to do this.
I mean, if you want me to be your If you want me to be your backup on that, like I could pull rank on anyone who tries to, bother us, I suppose.
No.
That's not good. I mean, you basically have to bluff or bribe. Like, there's no legitimate way to take a body and just have it disappear. Like, there's paperwork, there's chains of custody. Like,
not if we're not caught.
Yeah,
it's true.
So you can bribe people. In fact, Ryan, a lot of people you could bribe, but they're going to want like probably a couple of grand, more petty cash than you have available, or drugs or something like that. So it's like, how many fetch quests do you want to do? So
although bribing someone in illegal contraband is awesome.
Yeah.
Because then you're in it with them. It's really quite good.
Yeah, strings attached in a good way.
Yo.
So I guess that's the big thing. Do you want to drive a long time to get the body, or do you want to like make it quick but make it harder to do? Because you definitely cannot use an ambulance for this. Because
no.
Yeah. So you have to do like a civilian vehicle, which none of you have a car right now because you all live it or work it. You've all traveled here, and none of you have rented a car, and you've been able just walking everywhere. So you need to get a car too. So that's you could actually use the box truck that you steal if you want to do that.
I feel like we don't
linking it to multiple crimes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Also, it will have a big like Cisco Services like logo on the side.
I'm stealing two vehicles today.
So yeah, you can get like a
I feel like we could rent a car and just return it.
Yeah, and in fact, through the FBI, surely we can rent a car under bullshit names.
Yeah, I could probably requisition a car if we're just using it for one thing that will hopefully not lead back to us.
Yeah,
gotta clean it very well. Yeah, good thing you're adapted to helpless.
Yeah, that'd be great.
I would have body bags. Like, we can make it as clean as possible. It's
all right. So, you're getting
cleaner than when we got it, baby.
All right. So you want to get an FBI vehicle? Give me a bureaucracy check. Agent Younger.
Okay, my bureaucracy is 41 because I have failed that before. So let's see if that helps. 71.
Okay, not tonight.
Great. Yeah, no, I can't get us a car in time. Not legitimately.
Rent or steal?
I mean, rent. If we're renting it and then trying to return it to legitimize this without connecting it, we would need to clean it and get it back before anything else, and we would also have rented it for like 5 hours.
Rent
I feel like
it.
that's gonna be more suspicious.
Store it somewhere for a week. Come back in a week. I can get it cleaned and return it. I can do
that. Was the impressed nod?
Just steal the car. This is we need. If we are renting it, that is unnecessary steps that we are
Yeah,
adding.
that seems like extra steps.
Leaving town quicker and staying away longer is.
Look, I would say let's steal a car and use it to get the body. If we get pulled over, I'll go along with Ryan and I can use my credentials to get the locals to back off because we're doing whatever important work that I do, I guess, and that'll be the plan.
Love when someone's in charge.
I will steal 2 cars tonight.
Okay. What kind of car? Well, okay. So for the body transport, what kind of car do you want to get there, Agent Ingva?
I think it's the 90s, so we're not as miniaturized yet. I would love to get a pickup with like the back cover.
Okay. A little harder in Manhattan. Give me an alertness check to find one quickly.
Yeah.
Or a search. Either one.
Either way, successful.
Okay. Yeah. You find one that's pretty good. And you have craft locksmith, right?
I sure do.
What's it at?
80.
Okay, yeah, you don't have to roll. You just get in and start you know how to hotwire a car. Actually, no, give me one stealth check to do it without being detected.
Sure, that makes sense. Success.
All right. And well, yeah, they critically failed. So yeah, the random civilian walking by does not notice you.
Yeah, and whatever poor fuckers like in the grocery store or whatever is gonna have a bad surprise.
So you start the car. The radio's on. And
Great.
Yeah. It starts playing this song that is in me, and it's singing about whatever happened to Abby.
I think without even thinking about it, like Jørgen like cuts his hand punching the radio extremely hard and violently a couple times.
Okay. Give me a sand check, and you lose a hit point.
I make the sand.
Okay, yeah, no sand loss, but yeah, that's one.
You literally punch the power button and then keep hitting it a few times.
Yeah.
I'll need to have Ryan tape me up.
Yep.
Ryan, give me a first aid check. You're gonna have to hurt his hand in order to get in this car. Although
Yeah, 57 after 80. I am good at vague hands.
Wait, so did you make it?
I did, yes.
Okay, yeah, you heal the point of damage then. So,
yeah. Oof. Teaches me to roleplay.
It's very good. It's very good.
You got knocked down, but you got up again.
I'm like, didn't someone silent offer? Like,
so yeah, got the car. Well, the truck even better, because you can put some like tarp or whatever over a body in the back, and like it doesn't really look like anything.
Hell yeah.
But okay. Logistically, does Jørgen have the ability to go along on the body heist, or does he need to simultaneously be going and getting the box truck?
I mean, the box truck they sit in a lot. Like when it's like they go out at like 7 a.m, so you have all night to do this. I assume this is like, I would say probably like 9 p.m.
Oh, then he's absolutely going to go along and try to help.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Yersinia, do you want to join the gang as they rob, steal, do some little body theft?
Or you could get to know that book better.
I think I've already translated it, right?
Mm-hmm. It was not that long. Yeah, that's true.
Oh. Yeah. No, I'm going to call one of my fucking bonds.
Okay. All right.
From the hotel phone.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So yeah, the other three are driving up to get to the morgue that has the
to steal a body so that we can burn down a building and kill 4 other people.
Just don't think about it.
Just don't think about it.
We're the good guys.
Yeah.
This body's already dead. That's fine.
It's fine. It's all fine. It's all fine.
So yeah, you're sitting. Who are you calling?
I want to call my second bond that I have down as Odnolyub, which is essentially lovebird in Russian, but her name is Zoya. She is essentially the like not quite babysitter, basically the live-in babysitter that I have to take care of the kid that I acquired.
Okay. Hello?
Hi, Zoya. This is Dr. Riszek. I just wanted to call and let you know that I might have to extend my initial estimate for your services. I will arrange for payment, but it's possible that I may need you to take care of Pochemuchka for quite some time.
Is everything all right?
Yes, everything is fine.
Oh.
Everything is fine. We're just getting held up at work. That's all it is.
Oh, okay.
Don't worry. Everything will be fine.
Well, I never worry with you. I mean, you always know what you're doing. You're if there's anyone I can trust, it's you.
I appreciate that.
Yes, of course. I will look after Pochika. I will. Yes, of course. Should we go out into the country? Maybe. I could stay at my mother. We could stay at my mother's for a while. Would that be?
That would be wise.
Okay. Well, you know how to find that place.
I do.
Okay. Well, if it was anyone else, I would be very worried. But I will sleep well. We will sleep well, because you always do the right thing.
The knife.
Yeah. How much does Zoya know? Does she know anything?
Dang it.
Yeah, nothing.
Nothing.
Yeah, exactly.
Zoya's just a fucking, like, live-in babysitter that fucking Yersenia's hot on.
Yep. Maybe, yeah, Zoya's reciprocated a little bit, but yeah, something. Well, yeah.
Well, Zoya, it was nice to hear from you.
Yes. Please, yes.
Could you
yes.
just, when you tuck Pochimuchka in, could you please just, let her know it's going to be all right, and I'll see you both soon.
Yes. No. The child's already asleep. They wore themselves out earlier. Playing some. How the kids are with playing games about kings and castles and whatnot.
Right. Of course. Well, I have to get going now.
Yes. You'll have to read. They found a new book that they really like. I'll have to show it to you when you get home.
What's the name of the book?
Oh, it's a book about a girl who goes through a magical journey through another world. And let's see, what is it called? It is a world without doors.
Okay. That's good. That's good. Well, Pochimuchka's always been an avid reader. Just, no scary books, all right? No scary books.
Oh, no. Of course not. Yeah, you may have heard of A World Without Doors.
Me or Yersenia?
Let's see here. I mean, how much do you know about, like, children's literature? That kind of thing.
I think Yersenia's probably acquired a fairly passing knowledge of children's literature. Since getting Pochimuchka.
Yeah, it's actually a pretty well-known book. It's about a girl named Abby.
Motherfucker.
And her journeys to a magical unnamed land. She travels there by drowning herself in the world without doors. She battles a nameless foe called the Phantom to free people from the dance, a music which forces the people to live boring, repetitive lives.
I'm going to walk back the no scary books thing, and I'm going to say, isn't that a scary book?
Oh, no. Chica loves it. Abby defeats the Phantom. And but no, you remember how it ends? She realizes the city is collapsing into chaos without the song, so she puts on the mask and becomes the Phantom and begins the song again.
I mean, compared to Russian folklore, that's actually pretty tame. So I think
pretty
it's fine.
Tame, but it's also the intensity isn't what's worrying. The pertinence.
Specificity, yeah,
yes.
yeah.
What you might call the literary context.
Wow, this call with my bond has been so calming.
It's a good thing you got this private moment to really steady yourself.
Yeah, I don't think that Yersenia has the wherewithal at the moment to say goodbye or anything. Yersenia just hangs up and sets the phone down and stares at the wall.
Yeah.
Who knew stealing a body would be less traumatic?
Yeah. Look, a picture of the cover of the book.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
A world. Oh yeah,
Oh.
Of course.
Oh, good.
Mm-hmm.
That actually is a great cover. I love that.
Of course.
So meanwhile, the three of you are in the truck. The radio is smashed, so it's silent unless somebody talks.
So we need an adult. It needs to be mid-sized to
Unfortunately,
larger.
we're the only adults here.
Mid-sized to larger. Meat on the bones, shall we say.
Mm-hmm.
For reasons.
Look, I don't need explanations. I don't need to know whatever it is you two know. I will help carry, and if the cops stop us, I will get them to leave us alone. Otherwise, that's all I want. I don't. I'm guessing by the look that you two have when you pointedly don't explain what this is for that I don't want to know?
It would be better if you didn't.
Well, yeah. No, I think compartmentalization, it's a skill that I'm learning. Yeah.
All right. So you get there. There are ambulances and other vehicles coming in to deliver and remove bodies. They take them out to a pauper's grave after they're all processed, in case they can be identified later on. So Ryan, you know the building. You've been here a lot.
Yep. I also give face masks and gloves to all of us. So if we are asked why we're taking this away, we can say, like, investigation, blah, blah,
Look,
blah.
I got
COVID-19 precautions.
Look, I got high persuade. We'll get out somehow.
So yeah, you know all the entrances in the building. There's the locked doors, which are obviously not monitored, or the open doors will have somebody you will have to walk by. So do you want to sweet talk somebody, or do you want to like sneak in? Which will make it harder whenever if you encounter somebody. So Ryan, if you go in with two people, they know you, but they don't know these other two. So
I mean, if you go in the normal way solo, we can wait by a locked door. Like,
okay. All right.
Yeah.
Just let us in from the outside. Yeah, because like that way, I would say would be the plan, right?
So yeah, Ryan, you go in, and you tell the other two to meet you at this door.
Mm-hmm.
So there is a person at the front desk. Who is it, Ryan? Is it someone you like? Someone you dislike?
I'll say it's someone I like. Like, you always, the receptionist, you always want to be on good terms with. It's always the, hey, how you going? Whatever.
Okay. It's Polly. Everyone loves Polly. Hey, how you doing?
Hey, man. Listen, I just gotta. I've been called up to do this. I'm meant to be on leave, but they needed someone who wasn't busy. You know how the city is.
Yeah.
We just need I just need access. Where they need a body for an investigation or something. I don't know, someone fucked up the first time, I guess.
Oh, just sign in.
Yeah, all right, no worries. Go. Pretty sure I don't want to be signing my actual name. I'm gonna just sign in like a squiggle that doesn't look like anything.
Okay. Yeah. You do that. Of course, Polly will remember you if they ask questions later, but yeah.
Telltale Game style, Polly will remember this.
Yeah.
No.
Polly doesn't even look at it. He doesn't care that much. He's eating a grinder, a sandwich, late shift. And so you go in, let the other two in.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see here. Ryan, give me an alertness check.
Oh, it's me, the alert person. 31, I make.
Okay. You avoid all the footsteps you hear clattering in the hall as you the building. You're like, oh, well, I know where someone's probably working over there and someone's working over here. So you're able to get to the bodies, and you get to one of the actual room where they store the cadavers. And there's let's see, how many bodies do we have tonight? There are 12 bodies in here right now. And so there are two that easily fit it. One is someone who was a dude who looked pretty muscular, older, like 50s. Looks like he motorcycle accident. His body's pretty messed up. So those of you not adapted to, Ryan, you don't have to, but Agent Younger, this is a pretty gross looking body. So give me a sand check for violence, because excessive trauma. The other one is a morbidly obese dude who died of a heart attack.
48, I make.
Yeah, and both these bodies are sort of tagged as we think they're actual people and that we can identify them. They just didn't have ID on them at the time when we found their bodies. So we're looking for figuring out. They're not there's the bodies they think they can identify, and then there's the bodies no, we have no idea. We don't care either.
Yep.
These are bodies they kind of care about.
Yep.
Morbidly obese dude, or motorcycle accident guy.
The motorcycle accident guy sounds like he's not really whole, and I think they want someone who's kind of more whole.
Mm-hmm.
It's also bigger side and perhaps slightly younger. I feel like with the three of us, we can move this one. Yep, this looks like our guy.
I mean, can we just put it on a gurney, roll the gurney out like the door that we came in, and then just leave the gurney in the parking lot, just throw the body in and get out?
Okay. So, moving a gurney will, through that part of section, you will have to, because Ryan, you made that alertness check, there will be a technician that will hear the gurney go by. And so you can either talk to them and distract them while your compatriots move the body past, or hope they don't leave their office to ask questions. Like, what are you doing with that body? Why are you moving it there? The morgue's back there, So do you want to take that risk, or do you want to just preemptively?
I feel like I've already said we're doing this for a federal investigation forensic thing, and be like, all right, no, we're just doing the thing. Like,
so you are going to distract them?
I will discuss it with these two before I just make a decision. But
does this person's office door open in or out? If it's in a hallway, it would usually...
It probably opens into the office, I would
it probably
assume.
opens into the room,
Yeah, I don't think you can just block it.
I mean, it's the sound. It's more than anything else. Like, it's a big, it's a gurney, it's a gurney, and you're carrying a morbidly obese dude on it. Like, it's going to make a lot of squeaking sounds. Like, and it's also the late shift. Like, it's not like, it's quiet. Like,
the ambient sound is not very high, and probably carries quite well in the tiled halls. Oh.
Also, Ryan, what's your humant, by the way?
My humant, 43.
Okay, so you actually know the people here very well. People get bored. Like, this is boring work once you get used to the bodies. And so they're going to be curious. They're going to look for an excuse not to fucking do work for a few bit.
All right.
So maybe the tech has headphones on and doesn't notice, but maybe they get bored and like, hey, what's going on here?
I mean, I feel like it's going to cause more problems if I talk to a second person who would be asking why I'm here when I'm meant to be on leave. Considering it's just a technician, well, I would know them. I doubt we're like friends enough to warrant a, hey, I'm visiting you at work at 9 p.m. for no fucking reason. So
okay, so you're just going to all walk by. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Let's find out. The technician comes out. Actually, the technician is a woman. Her name is Charlene. You're pretty sure. And she's like, well, what's going on here?
So Charlene recognizes Ryan, so or at least subconsciously probably looks at him first. So during that moment of like, oh, in this weird situation, here's the person who I know who it is. I'm looking that way. Jørgen walks very casually the other way. And then once he's past her, he chokes her unconscious.
Oh my god.
Okay.
Whoa.
Yeah. Just give me unarmed.
Success.
Okay. Those of you who are not adapted to violence, give me.
Yeah, I know this person.
We slide down to the floor, rear naked choke. His heels are hooked like around her hips.
Oh yeah, she's like in her 50s. She has no chance. So.
Yeah, and the idea is to deprive her brain of oxygen for long enough that her memory of the last few seconds is pretty unreliable.
What's your unarmed at?
40.
Okay. Yeah.
I somehow make that again. So.
I don't.
All right, that is you know this person, and so that is going to be actually I'll let you roll. It's 1d4 sand for violence.
Cool.
So mark a check mark for violence.
Yeah, I think as he's choking her, Jørgen sees Ryan looking really upset and like with like just a completely neutral expression. Don't worry, this isn't going to harm her really long term.
Oh god, that's 2, which gets me to my breaking point.
Okay, yeah.
Great.
Yeah. So, let's see here. What is your immediate reaction? Fight, flight, or freeze? Are you going to attack Jørgen, freeze, or just run?
Oh god, I think I would just freeze. I think it's just that like Oh God!
The authorities will be confused about why there's a pile of vomit in the hallway.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah, Ryan's frozen. Yeah.
I mean, I'm a little bit feeling that myself. I guess I'm going to help Jørgen put that body in her office if he needs it.
Oh, I feel like she's already sitting in her chair, and the door is closed, and she's probably waking up now. We need to fucking leave.
Okay, yeah, in that case, I'm gonna take Ryan's arm if you want to drive the gurney. I feel like that's maybe the situation we're in. I'm just going to try and lead Ryan out.
I see Marley with one hand pulling the front of the gurney, one hand pulling Ryan's arm, and Jørgen putting his back into it from...
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. So you can guide Ryan. Ryan doesn't seem to resist for a bit.
It wasn't supposed. It was just supposed to grab the body. No one was supposed to get hurt. No, they know that I was
here. Don't worry,
here.
she didn't get hurt. I stopped her from hitting her head.
Yeah. No, everyone likes going unconscious. That doesn't cause any medical issues to anything.
He's not wrong about that.
It's fine because it's fine because they've seen you, they know you signed in, then they remember. And I'm just like mumbling, like this is definitely not going to go well for me.
So you get to the door. Now you just got to get from the door to your pickup truck. Those Jørgen and Younger can both give me alertness checks.
Yeah, I was going to say this is an issue of timing, probably.
It sure is.
10 under 90.
Also,
nope.
Are you going to leave the gurney? What are you going to do with the gurney too?
I figure we roll the gurney out next to the truck. We throw the body in the back of the truck. We get in the truck and leave, leaving the gurney there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like speed over everything else.
Unless it's one that can actually crash on the back and like fold the wheels up. Like, in which case we'd probably take it because that would make it easier to move later. But if it's like a complicated thing, I bet this. Well, we did get a pickup truck. The question is, how high is the bed of this truck compared to the back of an ambulance?
Look, I don't think we need...
Significantly different, we just fucking leave it. Yeah,
It is not that kind that can go into an ambulance. Those are, I would imagine, more expensive.
Well, so yeah, let's just leave it.
It's meant to be kept in the morgue. Like, you put it on there, and it goes... It stays there. Yeah. It doesn't... did you both make your alertness checks? Or
Jørgen did, I did not.
Okay. So there are people coming and going. You'll have to time it. And so basically one person's going to have, because both of you are not able to spot everybody. You realize you can't spot everything from where you are. One person's going to have to go in the parking lot and kind of signal to the other to come out. So
that would definitely need to be me.
Okay. So you're the one spotting?
Yes.
Okay. So here's the thing with one person and guiding Ryan, this is actually a kind of a handful, Agent Younger. So
I would say take Ryan with you, and I'm just gonna have to put my back into this.
Fun. All right. Yeah, I'll do that.
Yeah, give me athletics or strength times 5 there, Marley.
Okay, do I have athletics? I do not. So we will go with strength times 5. Oh wait, yeah, fuck those dice. Those also betrayed me.
Hernia time.
Hey, 30 out of 40. I make.
Okay. Some reason you have a lot of adrenaline coursing. Yeah, and so you were able to get the body into the pickup truck, into the bed, and then Jørgen jumps in the driver's seat.
Brain's real fogged, but my heart is pumping all day.
And you leave the gurney on the little sidewalk out front of the building.
Yep.
Yeah, fuck it.
Yeah.
Just sitting there.
Yeah. So you drive away, and yeah. So you come to later, Ryan, on the car ride up, and you're probably not feeling great about the situation. So in terms of a disorder, we could talk about that at the end of the session, or unless you had something in mind.
I don't have anything in mind right now, no, sir.
All right, so take your previous breaking point and subtract your power from it, and that'll be your new breaking point.
Yep.
And so, yeah, you definitely pop some pain pills, though. Yeah.
If I notice that, I'll just say, for what it's worth, Ryan, I went about that in a way that's likely to obscure her short-term memory.
Yeah, I've seen them around. It's different when you know them.
You were wearing
I'm usually
a mask,
there after
so
things have happened.
maybe-
I don't. I'm not the guy that sees the things.
No injury. I was careful.
So,
Just a nod.
yeah. Let's see here. Okay. So,
What was that?
Yeah, I like that. That sounds a roll, okay?
yeah, it was a luck check for something. Jørgen, you're driving. What's your drive skill at?
Base.
Okay.
What?
I don't know why I'm driving.
Yeah, why
I
not?
can drive, but I was out of it. Weird.
I could. Yeah,
Okay,
I'm way better at
you
driving.
could switch. Yeah, okay.
Like
Yeah, I'll
I would
switch.
not have voluntarily driven
Okay,
unless
okay.
I'm
somehow
taking-
it was, like,
yeah, I'll take the-
you know,
I'll
if
take the
she'd
wheel.
hurt
All right,
herself moving the body.
what's your drive then, Agent Younger?
50.
Okay.
It's a little better.
All right. So yeah, you drive and you get there in a reasonable amount of time.
The New York boy, you know.
Yeah. Ryan's come to and directs you to this alley that is too narrow for the truck to fit in because it is a pickup truck. Yeah. It is. You're going to have to get the body out of the truck and into the alley without anybody seeing. And
I mean, I'm going to say
late. It's like,
Yeah.
but it's still there's still people about. This is still New York.
Any nearby shopping carts?
No, not.
I'm just gonna
Yeah.
like unless anyone has a better idea, I figure I'll just back it to the alley close enough to open the bed, and then we just go. We just do
I
whatever
think
it
that's the
is.
plan, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Speed over all else.
Okay. So Ryan, you remember where the place is?
Yep.
To knock.
Knock 3 times.
And the wall like opens up in a way that Younger and Ingva, you like you never would have guessed that was a secret door. It is meticulous. It is better built than anything you've ever seen before. And then you can just smell death coming up from this tunnel. There are stairs leading downward. And there's this like the width of the tunnel is blocked off by this hulking presence underneath a cloak, a hooded cloak, and it is just sort of like hunched over.
Is this the one who I teed up to? Can I even?
Oh yeah,
recognize?
you have a good idea who this entity is, Ingva. You definitely know who it is.
I think Jurgen's hand unconsciously goes to the like horrific abdominal scar, and he winces a little bit, but nods to the creature.
But yeah, Younger, yeah, this is you give me an alertness check.
Oh,
Oh, no.
Come on, dice! Don't succeed on this one. Let me use one of the ones that failed me earlier. Actually.
Okay. Yeah.
Oh, god damn you! 12. I succeed.
All right, give me a sand check.
Oh boy.
Fuck you, dice.
Your eyes are
Hey, 20. I make that.
All right. Yeah, it has hooves. It doesn't have feet.
Did I read about anything with hooves in the report that Fitz gave me?
No, you did not.
Okay. Well, that's tomorrow's problem then.
But it simply sort of, keeping its body hidden as much in its cloak as possible, sort of motions for you to put the body inside the tunnel. Ryan and Jørgen, you put the body in there. It is a very big boy, and it says a gravelly, hoarse voice gives you an address, which is right outside the McAllister building, the manhole underneath. The street in front of the McAllister building. We will be watching all night.
Awesome. All right. Thanks for this, Gary. You lifesaver, man. Appreciate it.
The door closes. The hidden door closes, and you think you hear the sound of meat being rent faintly, and meat being dragged across stone. It's hard to tell, though. Maybe you're just imagining that. But yeah, you can abandon the truck, put it in a parking space, and walk away from it, and get onto the second score, which is the box truck. So, or you can, Yersinia, did you want to rendezvous with the others at this point, or are you going to stay in your room? What are you doing while this is going on? You made your call to Zoya, which went great.
Yeah, it went so good. I don't know if Yersinia would do anything right now. I think Yersinia is just fucking neurotically tying and untying her braid, and just kind of zoning out.
Mm-hmm. Definitely a good idea. So, yeah, just looking up A World Without Doors.
Yeah, actually, yeah.
Wait, on what? Oh, no, you have a computer, don't you?
Yeah, we have a laptop from Marcus or some shit here.
Yeah.
All right, yeah, I think like after the 5th or 6th time rebraiding my hair, I will open up the computer and, sort of driven by the need to, or the curiosity to have a finished version of that play, I will look up A World Without Doors due to its similarities.
Okay. World Without Doors was written by Emmeline Fitzroy, 1924 to 1950. A child genius born to the Fitzroy pork fortune.
Don't love it.
Yeah, the family controlled many of the slaughterhouses and shipping yards and made Chicago a hub for meat production. They were so wealthy that the patriarch Dr. Thomas Fitzroy had a unique house built for them. The Oak Park neighborhood by the Picasso of architecture, Asa Darabandi. And Fitzroy's house, the bizarre Bellefleur house, was completed in 1911. With interleaved curving rooms and odd sinuous lines throughout, it was topped by strange spires of glass and metal filigree that made it an eyesore to some. Emmeline was born in the house. She proved more than welcome. She spoke in complete sentences at 2, could read and write at 4, completed her first poem at 5. By 10, she completed the equivalent of a college-level program with tutors, could speak 6 languages, and had written several complete manuscripts. Her first and only book was published on her 12th birthday. A World Without Doors proved to be a hit. So much so, the most recent edition came out this year. And Emmeline's popularity and youth rode the headlines for years. Soon that star faded as it became known that Emmeline refused to leave the Bellefleur house and could often be heard speaking to herself in empty rooms. With the death of her father in 1941, she remained the only one in the house. At age 26, she vanished in the Bellefleur house. She left a note that read, "In ending, we find the world. The play is the only thing. All else orbits it as an afterthought. I go to him now because there is no other path. And I know now there never was." After an extensive search of her grounds, her brother, Mark, had her declared dead in 1955. Her death is officially listed as a suicide, although no body was ever recovered. And there is a photo of her, of course.
Of course.
You're doing a lot of reading on A World Without Doors. Very popular. In fact, you could go to a bookstore and go get yourself a copy.
Yeah, you know what? I'm going to do that. My baby's reading A World Without Doors, and it's a creepy, fucked up book. I may as well read it too. Nothing matters anymore.
Are you going to just the nearest bookstore?
Well, I think there might be a bookstore that I can count on having a copy, huh?
You actually looked for it. You don't remember where it was exactly. But there is a Barnes & Noble nearby.
Yeah, I guess they were around in the 90s.
Yeah, they still are. Yeah.
I go to a Borders. Thank you.
Oh,
yeah.
Spicy.
Shots fired.
All right. I can see the little sample CD playing things with the tethered headphones and the volume knobs, and oh my god.
Simpler times.
We used to have traditions.
We used to be a proper country.
We used to make things in this country.
Did you know?
No.
Well, yeah, we made crazy, child geniuses who wrote evil books. We used to make things in this country.
Wow.
All right,
Very rude to call it. Yeah. So the other three of you head over to the not Cisco food shipping hub, where they ship out food to all the industrial, the schools, prisons, any place that has a cafeteria, right? Like that's, and like Applebee's, like all those.
Yeah.
Kind of yeah. They've got a lot of trucks, and they don't keep them. They don't look after them too carefully, because who's going to steal a Cisco food truck? Because So to get this, obviously none of you know anybody there. You will have to go in the hard way. So all three of you can give me alertness checks to spot guards and cameras and that kind of thing. Okay, 1 success from.
I make as well.
Okay, Ryan.
Where's my alertness? Okay.
You don't have a foolproof way, but like you do see a path. Basically, fastest thing is, and you have bolt cutters, is to bolt cut the chain, drive it out, and then just hope no one notices. Otherwise, because trucks are coming and going all the time. Basically, you will have to make a 2 stealth checks. One to cut open the bolt on the gate, and then another one to get to the car. Or get to the truck, and the other 2 can spot for you in case you mess up a roll. So what's your first one?
They are both successful.
Okay. And I think both of you, it's pretty straightforward. You're pretty good at. It turns out you're really good at crime. So
years of practice.
Yeah, years of practice. So. All of you, jump into the box truck after it gets a little ways away, and you drive off to the storage unit where you can load it up. So all of you, if you spend 1d4 willpower, you can get that all done. And,
Oh, speaking of which, how is willpower recovered?
Sleep. If a full night's sleep will recover it.
How much?
It'll recover all of it. Like, if you get a full thing, if you get like a cat nap, you'll get.
I lose 3.
Yeah,
I only lose 1.
Yeah. So as long as you don't pass out, or as long as you don't get to 2, you're fine. So I think Ryan's the only one was sort of on the edge because Ryan projected earlier. So
I'm doing good.
Yeah. So you're tired. But yeah, Yersinia, you're reading The World Without Doors. It is as I described. I
feel like the McAllister knows and is fighting back.
We're just easy targets for insane nonsense.
Yeah, it's in English. It only takes hours to read. It's a little girl named Abby journeys to a magical unnamed land. She travels there by drowning herself in the world without doors. She battles a nameless foe called the Phantom, who forces to free people from the dance, a music which forces people to live boring, repetitive lives. When she is caught, escapes the world without doors by drowning herself, only to appear back on Earth. She returns again and again, and in the end, the Phantom is defeated. But the girl soon realizes the city is collapsing into chaos without the song. She puts on the mask and becomes a Phantom and begins the song again. Yeah, you see a lot of similar themes.
I sure do.
There's a Phantom of Truth in the play. The king mentions something about wearing masks and how the king does not wear a mask. There are a lot of, but it's clearly this is inspired or informed by the play. Like, there's no way she could have not have done this.
Given the history that I learned about, Okay.
But this is a legit book. Like, it is a book that has been out for decades.
Okay. So I'm gonna have to chew on that. I need to chew on that for a minute.
Okay, sure. If the other 3 contact you back at the hotel room, they can, and let you know that everything is prepared. You can help them just buy gas and styrofoam to load into the truck for the burning.
I will do that. I will also, whenever possible, I want to take Agent Younger aside and present this information.
Oh yeah, definitely smoke break.
So, I'm sure like Jørgen and Ryan, maybe Ryan's in the hotel popping pain pills and Jørgen is off fetching gas, maybe.
Yeah. So Ryan, what'd you tell your son about?
You have a son?
Yeah, so I have a 20-something-year-old son who's, so he's a firefighter, actually, yeah.
I mean, none of us have really checked in with each other's personal lives, so...
Yeah. So what'd you tell your son about where you were going since you weren't going to be at work? Or did you?
No, I didn't. I just said, he doesn't even know I'm on leave. Just
Okay.
Yeah.
Does anyone from your life know where you are? Or where to reach you?
I'm going to say no. Like, maybe if they've been calling home, I've not been picking up, but...
Yeah. I mean, you're not home. You haven't been for days, yeah.
Yep.
So, okay. All right. So, you all spend the night doing this stuff. Yersinia, you also lose 1d4 willpower from all this late night work of hauling stuff around, because you need a lot of accelerant. You're burning a lot of things tomorrow.
Burning the midnight oil, as it were.
Yeah.
The midnight oil is a building.
Yes. Because there's a lot of 24/7 places.
Sorry, I'm assuming that that Dr. Riszek not just told me about like the book, but also like the other background stuff.
I wanna have a quick aside with Younger before we hop to the next day about that.
Yeah, I'm beginning to think that we may need that, like, every building that this guy made is connected to this.
So, yes, obviously, and so Yersinia looks like shit. Like, hair's a mess. Probably looks like she's been crying, and is like, so what seems most pertinent is, I mean, it seems odd to take, cues from a children's book, but here we are. I think that this world without doors, written by a girl who was born in one of these homes, grew up there, and vanished in it, might be our best insight into what's going on in the McAllister building. It's concerning that her story doesn't end when the king is defeated. Her story ends whenever someone takes the place of the Phantom.
I mean, is that even an end? Like the...
No. It's a preservation of the status quo.
Maybe it's a mistake to look too much at the things that are trying to describe this, because they all lead back into it. It's like an Ouroboros.
Well, yes, but we are about to go into one of those things. I would assume that we want it described as much as possible before we jump into its mouth.
You're not wrong.
So what do we do with this information? Do we continue to burn the building down? Do we load up that semi and road trip across the entire eastern border, burning down every single building that this Darabandi has built?
Well, if the priority is to get as far as for Marcus, the priority is to get rid of the building in front of us.
This assumes that they are not all part of the same building.
No, I don't disagree, but to use a somewhat ironic word, I hope that when we inform the program of the connection to this person's other works, that it wouldn't just be us tapped to go on an arson spree. Like, there's more people than just us. I'm just gonna hope that they would see that as a waste to just send only us around. It would take forever. It would be more dangerous to link us to a series of these. So we do the thing in front of us. We pass the information we have along, and we get out of the situation that we're in today.
Here's what I think.
Okay.
I think that in their eyes, we're compromised. I think that we are the same as the artists that we're being sent to kill. I think that it's too late for us, as far as they're concerned. If we burn this building down, they'll ask us to burn down another and kill everybody inside that one too. And I think that this is just going to be a long line of dominoes falling over each other until that stack comes crashing down on us. And I am never going to get to see my baby again. What do we do?
Well, there's no out.
We can't know what they're going to make us do in the future, but we know we have to do this. That we're already in it. It's not like we can just walk away.
Well, we could. There's always, everyone has agency. We could walk away. But what is the result of that? The result of that is we're hunted, like even if we take the assumption that we're hunted regardless, which I think is a fair presumption, we're going to be hunted and they will send someone else to kill the people in the hotel and to burn it down. If that is what the program is going to do, it's what they're going to do, which would then mean those people that they send are going to be in the same situation that we're in. So if we're dead regardless, we're dead regardless. And
we don't have agency. We're just mannequins on strings. Just like in the book.
No, you can choose to sacrifice other people. That's the choice in front of us. Do we choose to make somebody else also die along with us? Or do we be the ones who step into that and ruin our ability to be functional human beings so that somebody else doesn't have to? That's agency. Agency is taking responsibility for your actions. So are we fucking over the next group of people? Or are we just going to say, we're fucked and that's what we do?
Do you have family?
I'm not telling you about that.
You should maybe at least tell them that you're about to be responsible. And I think Yersinia just leaves. Goes back to the hotel room or whatever.
Ooh.
If she feels more receptive later, maybe tell her that if anything can redeem us and make us not like the artists in the building, it would be killing it. So we must do that, because it may be our only chance.
That I can agree with.
I don't know how persuasive that will be, but it's a thought.
Okay.
It's why I feel okay.
I don't feel okay, but I'd rather shorten the list of people who are definitely going to be killed, and that's how I explain it to myself. So,
in for a penny, in for a pound. We've already done so much.
It is now August 13th. It is the morning. None of you have slept. You don't think any of you could sleep now, but you have a couple hours before rush hour when you're planning to do the thing. You haven't really cased the warehouse yet and figured out how to burn that. So you could do that during the day. And you don't know. Yeah, you don't think any of you. Yeah, I would say all of you are pretty agitated at this point. None of you feel like sleeping. So,
I need to recalculate anything with my willpower gone down.
Your willpower is now your current power, or your willpower is based on your current power. I believe you said your power was 10, so your willpower is 10 now. Does that make sense?
Kind of. I thought I lost one willpower from not sleeping.
Oh, yeah. Your willpower is...
well, your total willpower
I already
will be
said
10.
You'll lose another D4 willpower by the time rush hour hits. So
okay.
You can try to sleep, actually, if you want a nap. That'll require power times 5 roll to see if you can actually put your head down and sleep.
Can I get Ryan to give me something?
Yeah, that would be a pharmacy.
I mean, if you're already not going out on the stakeout thingy, like...
Fuck you. I want to sleep.
Hell yeah. All right. Let me look through this bag with medicine?
Medicine or pharmacy?
Pharmacy.
But
they're the same. Cool.
Okay. Yeah.
So with -1 willpower, do I need to recalculate anything? Or is it just...
no, willpower basically is a temporary thing that goes up and down. Like,
it's just an alternate health. Okay.
Yeah, it's brain hit points.
Yep.
Basically, when you get to 0 willpower, you pass out from exhaustion. So,
it's kind of like it goes like meat, energy, mind with hit points, willpower, sanity.
I failed the roll, so I guess I just don't have sleeping pills.
Oh no!
No!
Oh,
you do.
Hell yeah!
Yersinia, give me a
You'll sleep
5
well.
check.
You'll sleep very well.
Yeah.
Oh, I think what Ryan does is calculated off of what Ryan takes.
Yep.
Yeah. Classic mistake.
I should take a fistful of these. Yeah.
Okay. Regular failure or critical failure?
Normal failure.
Okay, normal failure. Give me a first aid check there, Ryan.
Yep. Yeah, that I can do.
What's going on? Do I fucking pass the fuck out?
I do.
Well, you pass out.
Check.
Oh my god.
It's not like you gave Yersinia too much. Yersinia's not going to be awake in time for the thing. Yersinia's out. So if you want to wake Yersinia up, you need to wake her up, and that will not be pleasant for Yersinia.
can we do this with 3?
No, we shouldn't.
Well, that'd end up with us.
Her discomfort on being woken up isn't important.
Yeah, great. Okay, this will make everything very smooth.
You can give Yersinia a couple hours and then make a first aid check to wake her up.
Yeah, a small nap, then a little bit of adrenaline to get the heart pumping.
List of champions.
Yeah, I was thinking like just cigarette lighter, but that wouldn't solve the chemical environment.
No, that would just be no.
Wake her up but not keep her awake. So pointless.
Yeah, Yersinia's out for now, but do you want to do anything before you try and wake Yersinia up?
Well, just as we said, like make sure that we understand all of the approaches for the warehouse.
I guess the casing and stuff.
Yeah, give me criminology checks, I guess, to case the warehouse.
I have that. I have that at 50.
Okay.
Ooh, yeah, passed.
Okay. Yeah, biggest problem is it's a brick, mostly like a brick warehouse that is empty. It is going to be hard to burn. You can't throw paint thinner on stuff and set fires. Breaking into the building is trivial, but like it's not going to like stay, and you don't really have time to like get a bunch of flammable materials in there. You spend all that with the truck, so like it'll help, but like it's not going to be a major diversion between the other two things. And the real thing to remember is like getting in the house and pouring paint thinner in the walls, pouring accelerant in there. So it's it's an old building, a lot of wood. Like the McAllister building should light up pretty quickly, especially when you get a few gallons of accelerant in the right places.
Yep.
So it'll burn. It'll be fine, but it won't be like a huge diversion because it's empty.
Well, it'll be easy for them to put out, but they still have to get there.
You can also fuck with if you really want to be advanced. It does have a fire suppression system which you can tamper with.
Yeah, that's probably going to be necessary.
Yeah.
Ooh, I'd love to do that.
Now with that's more of a mechanical skill than a criminology skill. If anybody has a craft mechanics or electronics, that would be best. Otherwise, you can do criminology at half. Yeah, it's not like it's a technical skill, right? Like it's. Or you could just break things, but you don't know how that's going to work exactly. You're not like it's not your field to know how fire suppression systems work.
Can I do a luck roll to see if my son has ever complained about these old warehouse systems being faulty? Like,
you know what? I'll let you do that if you just burn a point of one point of bond off of that.
Yeah. Okay.
God, that rules.
Yeah,
absolutely.
All right. Yeah, you know how to tamper with it then.
No, my son would bitch about this all the time. This is one of them really old systems. Like this, explain how to do it.
Yeah. Pull these wires here. Yeah. No, that was great. You're already adapted to helplessness, I believe. Or no, you're just addicted to things. Oh yeah, we haven't talked about.
I am adapted to helplessness. That happened last time. Yeah.
Okay. So I think everybody except Jørgen is adapted to.
Yeah, Jørgen's not helpless.
I just keep not perceiving the helplessness stuff.
That's true. It's so good.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. So it is what it is. Everyone. And that's really all you have to do. You've got your plan set. You've got your accelerant. So it's going to be Jørgen and who else is going in the building?
I'm happy to be where people want me. I don't have an opinion on.
One person needs to drive. That's probably going to be Younger because Younger has the best driving skill, I believe.
Yep. And I also have drive at 40, but Younger has it at 50.
Okay, so either one of you, you're in. So it would be a driving check to.
Okay.
So, who wants to do what? You're saying you talk out of character, like even though you're knocked out. They would have discussed this, or you could just let them place you wherever they feel is best.
I mean, I figure I'll drive.
The people's drive skills need to be doing the warehouse and intersection fires because they have to drive to get there or whatever.
All right, so Ryan is going to be at the warehouse fire then, it sounds like. So that leaves Jørgen and Yersinia at the McAllister.
Yep.
Am I woken up?
Well, let's find out. Ryan, give me first aid to wake Yersinia up.
All right. This is the correct amount of adrenaline.
Just kill me. Make this easy. Kill me.
Alt 5. I'm very good at this one.
All right. You lose 1d4 willpower as you wake up, and you have a splitting headache. Yeah. Yeah.
What the fuck did you give me?
A little too much sleep, but you asked to be put out, so I'm just like, hands up, not my problem.
Oh my god.
I'm not usually the one doling this stuff out to others, all right? You take from a personal supply. Yeah. Sleeping pills are not something an EMT normally gives people. You should have read the label. Just Yep.
All right, we will start with you, Ryan. Now, Jørgen has told you how to get in. So really, it's a matter of told you how to break in and setting the fire. And you're not very sneaky. What's your athletics at like?
What is my athletics like? Dexterity?
No, the athletic skill.
Oh no. Base 30.
Yeah, so this is it's an empty warehouse in Manhattan, and you're doing this at rush hour. There's people all around you. If you walk out of that building, there's going to be witnesses, and like smoke's going to be coming out of it. So like, how do you plan to not be detected as you leave? They told you in general ways to set fires that will be delayed. So you could do that with a dex times 5. Maybe no one will notice you, and maybe that'll give you enough time to get away before the fire starts.
I feel like that would be the way to do it. I don't really have stealth or disguise or criminology or anything like that. It's just set and forget and then walk away as casually as possible so people don't remember me.
Okay. Give me dex times 5.
32 under 60.
Okay. It does catch on fire as you were blocks away. And this is 1995. There aren't quite as many surveillance cameras. And they're definitely not HD.
I was definitely wearing a hoodie and a cap.
Yep. You get that in there. Now give me a sand check for violence because you are setting a fire in a building in a middle crowded city. So you know collateral damage is all too real. 99?
Yeah.
Oh my god. It's only 2 sanity, but it is a check mark for violence. Now all your check marks have reset because you did hit a breaking point. So this will be your first one. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
So those of you not adapted to everything, you get another shot.
Hey.
Avoid being a broken shell of a human. So that goes on pretty well, actually. So meanwhile, Agent Younger.
Yeah.
This is going to be a drive check. You gotta drive, you can light the fire automatically. You have a little window in the back of the cab. You can throw a lighter in and it'll catch that shit on fire pretty quickly. But you got to crash without hurting yourself.
Yep. Let's see how that goes.
Or getting trapped.
No way.
What?
44.
Okay. Very good. Tell us what the crash looks like. Yeah.
Shit. Man, I think that I actually managed to like flip it perfectly on its side in the intersection, and then just like the windshield breaks in the perfect way for me to just unbuckle myself, step out, and go.
Okay. Yeah, with the 44, yeah, you don't have to make a dex, a stealth, or an athletic check to get away. Because there are cops at the intersection. They're like, it's just, Manhattan.
I cannot believe that shit.
Yeah. Yeah.
Meanwhile, Marley's actual response is just like basically disassociated. Like, yeah, of course that worked perfectly. Why wouldn't it? Like, that's just our lives now. It either works or it fails. I'm just lighting a cigarette and walking away.
You know what? Give me an alertness check.
Okay. 53. What's my alertness? Nope, I missed by that much.
Okay. You think somebody's watching you, but you don't. Specifically you, but you don't see. Yeah. You get that sensation that somebody's following, like watching you and beginning to follow you. But you can easily get, but you don't know who.
So I can't identify them, but I can try to lose them, possibly.
Yeah. Stealth or athletics.
Okay. It's gonna have to be athletics at base because I also only have stealth at base. Oh, god damn it! 31.
Okay, you're kind of slow, and you're trying not to. You're walking. You're basically trying to dart between people and walking fast, not running, because that's going to draw attention to yourself. Because everyone's watching the truck on fire in the middle of the fucking intersection. But you trip up on something, a dog leash. Somebody's walking a dog, and you're very slow. There's a voice coming from you. You didn't answer my question.
Oh no,
Mr. Alziz is very impatient. Do you know?
If I wasn't internally, not saying this out loud, but if I was not walking away from a scene that I need people not to connect me with, I would have fucking pulled iron on this guy. But I'd look back and it's like, I delivered a message. How that is responded to by the recipient is not up to me.
But do you know? Maybe you know.
I don't know you, and so I'm not answering anything further.
You don't know me? Oh, okay. But, I mean, just how many floors does it have? Mr. Alziz really wants to know.
Who wants to know?
Mr. Alziz.
Is that doesn't...
Oh, no, that's the owner of Club Apocalypse.
Lovely. I'm afraid that's not information that I have any capacity to share at the moment.
Okay. Well, maybe you shouldn't go to the club either.
No, I was never much of a social butterfly.
Okay. All right.
Just staring at him, waiting for him to go away.
He's just kind of like watching you.
In that case, I'm leaving, but in a way where I can still keep my eye on him until I get around a fucking corner. Okay.
So the meanwhile, Yersinia and Agent Ingva, you're in front of the McAllister building. It is 6:30 before dark, so it is still daylight because this is the summer. Well, like how obvious you want to be with all the accelerants? Do you want to have jerry cans full of gas or paint thinners, or like a big duffel bag?
Frame backpack, yeah.
Yeah, duffel bag.
All right. Basically, you need to go in there. Fire goes up, so set it on the ground floor. You need to get it in the walls. So,
well, thankfully, we have plans.
Yeah, you do have plans.
Yeah. Before we go in, I want to talk to Jørgen.
Okay.
So, we're standing out front. I'm gonna grab Jørgen's shoulder and be like, Balto, Jørgen, I have a request.
Listening.
I have seen someone burn alive after a building went up. It is not a nice way to go. I know that of all of us, you are probably the most capable when it comes to this.
Maybe.
When we are setting the paint, can you please make sure that the current tenants don't suffer? Do you understand?
There's only so much that I could do, but for what it's worth, I was planning on doing it.
Good. Okay.
All right, Yersinia, give me a sand check for violence.
Yep.
I'm assuming that Jørgen came out of the box adapted to that.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. I do make that.
All right, no sand. You're fine. It's fine.
It's fine. It's fine. I have experience in this field.
All right. You two go in the front door. There's Roger's apartment, Thomas Manuel, and then on the floor above you, there are two people I don't think you've met, which would be Van Fitz.
We had Manuel, Karun, Post, and Van Fitz.
And Post, Lewis Post. All right, yeah. Michelle Van Fitz, Lewis Post, and Roger Karun and Thomas Manuel. You haven't talked to Van Fitz or Post at all. Yeah, you could just kind of summarize. Jørgen, are you just going to be taking them out, the people first, or are you going to be going in one of the apartments?
I'll go into a vacant place to get the fire going. The plan is just to set the fire in a way that guarantees the building on the lower floor just fills with smoke as horribly as possible, because that is a much easier death.
Okay. All right. So you're not planning to put a bullet in their head or anything. Okay.
No. Only, if it was easy to do, and I could do it quietly, I would take them out one by one.
If we were a team of cold-blooded sociopaths, unfortunately.
But unfortunately, we are a team with a cold-blooded sociopath.
Well, you know what apartment is empty right now? It's Abby Wright's apartment.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. So you go in there. You already have the key for it.
Yep.
And,
no. So the plan is to get the fire started, so that it will smoke really hard, and like on my way out, I'm just gonna jam people's doors shut.
Okay, I see. That just jammed the door shut. Okay, that makes sense. Are you setting the fire just in one location, or are you going to set it in two? If it's in two, it'll obviously burn.
Yeah, I'm prepping it as much as possible.
Okay. Are you both working in Abby's apartment, or are you going to split up to do it faster?
I think with the minimal number of people here and our various capabilities, I think we should just do it right in both places and stick together to do so.
Especially
unless someone
because we're in
confronts
the
us and the
McAllister
timetable
building.
changes. Yeah.
Okay. So the two of you go into Abby's apartment. You have hammers to knock holes in the wall to pour things in. Yersinia, you knock a hole in the wall, and it opens up into a room this is a wall facing the street. Yep. So both of you, give me a sand check.
Oh, boy.
This is for unnatural, obviously.
I make it.
I do make it.
Okay. You recognize the person in the room before I describe the room.
Okay.
It is Asa Darabandi, a small, dark-haired man with folding gold spectacles. He wears a velour purple robe, pajama pants, and slippers. He's very disheveled, though, because he is in a small, almost barren room.
Okay.
Hold on.
So.
Let me describe the room.
Oh, God.
Oh, no.
Oh, God.
He is sitting wide-eyed and wheezing by an oversized wash tub. Water covers the wooden floor. A small body floats in the tub. And he looks at you as you're looking at him through the hole you've made in the wall. He is terrified. You don't have to make a human check to realize that. He looks utterly scared of you.
Okay. So I think I recognize him, of course.
Oh, yeah.
I've read the book. I read what he did. I think that Yersinia, drops what she's doing and, grabs at the hole and starts yelling at him, you! Why the fuck did you build this place?
It's the king. He told me. I saw it. It's after I saw the play. After I felt it. I had to get closer. Then he started to tell me I had to kill the children. I don't want to. I tried to stop, but
I'm gonna go for my fucking gun and try and.
I will
shoot
attempt
him.
to stop her.
Yeah. Okay.
Let go.
Oh.
Fucker that built this place. He's killed fucking 20 children. Let me fucking shoot him.
That could stop us from burning the building. He can burn too.
Who says he's gonna burn too? How many other rooms are behind those fucking walls? And how many rooms are behind those fucking walls? How much fire do we need to burn down a room, a building that has an infinite number of stories?
We'll find out as we go.
Today's your lucky day, fuck.
All right, he's like, please don't. I don't want to do this anymore.
I'll stay into the hole. If guns were silent, I wouldn't have stopped her.
He just sort of gets up and flees from the room. So you
this was hard feelings, not no hard feeling.
Yeah, no. I know, I get it. So yeah, you get to work. The only other thing is the walkie-talkie on the wall starts
God.
crackling.
I'll destroy it.
Okay.
I just pick up a fire extinguisher.
Yeah. You do so before you think you hear something, but you can't. You destroy it before you can make out anything intelligible. You've saturated Abigail's apartment. Now you just need to do one other location and set the fires kind of simultaneously, and you'll be out. Then you have to go upstairs to block all the doors. The building has let's see here. The other two, all the apartments are Roger and Thomas are the other two apartments on the ground floor. So you have to go in one of those to saturate the walls. Who are you visiting? Roger or Thomas again? Manuel?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Are you knocking, or are you just going to force the door? Oh, you have craft locksmith. You can just pick.
I'm going in quietly.
Okay. He is in there. In order to make the work, do the work, you'll make enough noise that he will notice you. So what are you going to do with him?
I'm going to whisper to Yersinia, just keep watch out here for a moment. And then I'm going to go in and cut his throat.
Okay. So he is definitely, he sees you, so you're going to have to make a melee weapon check.
No stealth involved.
Oh yeah, I guess you can do stealth, yeah.
So I make my stealth.
Okay. Yeah, you kill him.
Yeah,
this is cold-blooded murder. You're adapted to violence, but that's still one.
Yeah, I'm as kind as I can be. Like I cut his throat, but then I also get around in front of him and stab him up into his aorta as well.
Mm-hmm. Oh, he's quite dead. Yersinia, give me a alertness check. Alertness, yeah.
I make it.
Oh yeah. Give me a sand check.
Yep.
Maybe you'll get adapted to violence finally.
So yeah, that is 1d4.
1d4? Yep. I can't not hit my breaking point.
And 10.
Okay. Yep. Well, you can project.
I could project. You know what? I will project.
All right, roll a d4.
Yeah. Okay. 4.
All right. Well, how much sand did you lose? Or would you? Yeah. So you project all of it. Take a bond down by 4.
Okay.
And lose that much willpower. And if you have at least 1 willpower, you're still standing.
Okay. Hold on. That's a lot of math, and I'm not good at math.
That's fair.
Let me just. All right.
So you don't lose any sand, but you will lose 4 willpower, and you have to take a bond down by 4.
All right. Here we go. Yersinia is real awake right now. Real awake. Mm-hmm. All right. We're good.
Okay.
I think so. All right. Yeah. So back whenever Yersinia had the situation, there was this person on her squad, just Mr. Smith. She projects this all onto him.
Yeah. He took you into the life.
He sure fucking did.
Now you're in the blackest of black ops. This is not what you wanted to do, this kind of wet work. You thought you'd be decoding ciphers. Not letting someone, get assassinated in the next room. But yeah, you both hear. You do see a book that you didn't. Were you in this apartment before? I know some of you went into this apartment.
Yeah, I think we all went in to try and rattle his cage.
Yeah.
There is a book that you didn't see before there. The title of the book says "The Dreaming Man's Library" by Lewis Ham. Is on his old coffee table. There's a bookmark on it.
Is this Jørgen or me seeing it?
Both of you see it. I mean,
because I thought she was out in the hall.
Yeah, I'm out in the hall right now.
You have to work in the apartment after the deed is done.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll move the body so you don't have to look at it. But there is a huge.
There is a stain.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So both of you see the book.
All right. I think so. Yersinia has an obsession. Yersinia is obsessed with this kind of thing. I think I will pick it up.
Okay.
Do I see her pick it up?
Sure. Unless Yersinia waits. Yersinia, you're gonna have to go into another room to work. So at certain points, so you do have an opportunity to take it without him noticing. Do you care?
No.
All right. Yeah. So Jørgen, you see it.
Nothing should come out of here.
I intend to burn it, but first, I want to know a little bit more. Just in case we need to burn something else.
Knowing is part of what makes it dangerous.
I think we're well past the point of having hit. What's it called? What's it called whenever you hit something velocity?
Terminal velocity.
Yes. There we go. I think we're well beyond the point of hitting terminal velocity as far as danger goes.
Jørgen looks like he's about to say something else, then takes a slow breath, and then just says, "Okay." And depending on how sharp-eyed you are, you may see the decision that he has made about making another decision later.
Oh God.
Uh,
I've got human at 20. Well, why not?
Yeah, sure.
Like, he's just like, okay, you're submitting yourself to this. You're just someone to keep an eye on.
Mm-hmm.
I do make that.
Okay, yeah.
I see Jørgen seeing me. All right.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, the horror of seeing and being seen. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Good to know. Good to know.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Continue to work.
What's the book say?
Well, you flip it open to the bookmarked page.
Yes.
What's a dream you've once had?
I mean, I think it's obvious, right? I think it's the building. I am always dreaming about the fucking building.
Yeah, it describes it very precisely.
Okay, yeah, I just throw the book onto the ground. Fuck that. Fuck this.
Give me a sand check.
I fail. I'm projecting. Can I project again?
As long
If
as
you have willpower to burn.
Willpower
Get
and
down.
bonds.
Yeah, it is 1d4 sand.
Okay, and then it burns that much willpower?
Well, you roll the willpower first, so there's a
Oh.
Well, no. First, roll the sand loss. See how much.
Yeah,
you
and
can
then roll.
at
Yeah,
risk.
you may not roll the full amount, or you may burn more
Okay.
than you needed to.
Yeah.
1.
Okay, so if you project, it's 1d4 willpower and 1d4 off a bond, so
Okay.
if you roll 1, then it's equal, but otherwise you're burning more willpower and bonds than the sand loss.
Okay.
Yeah.
But also, this means that no matter what you roll, you will not take Sam. So
That's good right now. Right now, that's very good.
All right. So go and roll d4.
Okay. 2.
hey, that's double 1, so you're good.
2 willpower and 2 off a bond. Yeah.
I'm mad at my kid now.
Why did she read that book?
Yeah. The only thing that's left now is jamming the doors. Which is
I
easy
assume
to
that's
do.
is that locksmith or criminology? I could see either one. Where
Locksmith is high enough that you don't have to make a roll for it.
oh, okay.
Yeah, there are specialist tools. I mean, you can literally just get a wedge.
Yeah.
So you don't have to roll, but you do have to go upstairs.
Yep.
Because there's 2 places to do. Is Yersinia coming with you, or are you going up are you telling Yersinia to get out? Well, then someone has to set the
system.
fire.
Buddy
Yeah,
system.
we're
Okay,
still
all right.
doing buddy system.
Okay. So you bolt, you jam Roger's door shut.
Buddies who plan on killing each other system.
And you do Roger's door. You don't have to make a roll. You're very good at your job. You're very good at trapping people. So they die of smoke inhalation. And I think I've already made enough violence checks for this. So you don't have to do that. The only thing is you go up to the 2nd floor. In the hallway, there is a glass bottle in the middle of the floor. It is. Actually, no, sorry. It is a photograph on the wall facing you as you go up the stairs. There is actually several of them, but one of them is of a photograph of a bottle. First one portrays an odd array of people staring into the camera, their faces blank. Each of these people is dressed in 1930s garb and holds odd-shaped bottles of various designs. Single name rides the lip of each photograph, written in ink with a steady hand. A. Darabandi, E. Lossett, J. Lins, E. Mosby, D. Carver, G. Topchick, H. London, and others. Then the last, as you're passing your way to Van Fitz's apartment, you see a single dark bottle sitting on the floor. This is a photograph of a dark bottle. And the name of the bottom is Jørgen's name.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Both of you see this. It is impossible not to see. And both of you give me sand check for unnatural.
12.
Okay.
I fail.
Same options.
Fuck me.
Damn it.
I can't shunt it onto willpower
Okay.
anymore.
I know what your obsession is. I know what your disorder will be.
Okay.
You have to find a complete copy of The King in Yellow.
Yep.
Yep.
So that's regardless of how much sanity I lose from this, I hit my breaking point.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck.
What are you going? Yeah, so fight, flight, or freeze.
Okay. I think. I don't know if this interpretation works. Flight.
Yeah,
Up
get out
the
of this building.
stairs.
Okay, yeah.
It's I know where I could find a finished version of the manuscript.
Oh, okay, yeah.
No.
And I'm losing by burning down the building. Yeah.
So you rush upstairs, and you're after you bolt the last thing, but it just leads to the roof.
Fuck.
It's not dark yet.
Fuck.
Come down.
No, look. We're gonna burn down this building, and this is gonna be the last chance we have to find out what the fuck it is. Alright, we are here at fucking ground zero. We can figure out what the hell is going on. We can figure all of this out. We can make sense of it. I don't want to spend the fucking rest of my life chasing down needles and haystacks to solve this unsolved problem. We could end it here if we just find a finished version of the manuscript that I translated.
Come with me or use the fire escape. He turns around and leaves.
Oh my god.
All right, so you're gonna set the fire.
Yeah.
All right, you go downstairs. I assume you're just walking. You're not even like running.
No.
Yeah.
I'm giving her plenty of time to come with me and be safe.
Yeah. All right. So Yersinia, you come to after that. You can make you don't have to you can make your own choices. You don't have to like
Right.
yeah. So like, what do you want to do? You're pretty sure it won't be dark for another hour and a half.
Right.
You can hear the sirens in the distance.
Oh
of the
yeah.
Oh,
Good
yeah.
point,
that
yeah.
are currently on fire.
Oh my
That's
God.
what we have.
Yeah.
Wheels are in motion.
Wheels are in motion.
I think that Yersenia's one.
Actually, you know what? You're up on there on the roof. You hear someone whispering to you.
Oh, okay.
Go back down. It's not yet your cue. You have to wait for your cue.
Stage whispering. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not your cue yet.
Just where should I go?
Well, not on stage. Not yet.
Okay. All right. I'm going. I'll
There's just one last thing. He's like, don't worry. This is only the first act.
I think Yersinia just starts crying.
Yeah. Yersinia, goes back down, joins you, Jørgen, and as the
I'm
four
glad
of you
you
all
came
converge.
down.
Shut the fuck up.
He smiles.
Thick black smoke bellows out of the
I love
building.
Jørgen so much.
Yeah. All four of you make it to the sewer, the manhole cover, which is already propped open. None of you did that, by the way.
Right, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm assuming that we already gathered the shit from our hotel room and so forth.
Oh yeah. You all checked out. You have you. I'm not gonna make you roll for basic tradecraft like that.
Thank you.
And there is a hulking presence in a black in a rough cloak. And has anyone not encountered Gary
Me?
yet? Yep.
So I just hit my breaking point. What now?
Lower
New
your
break
new breaking point is equal your current sand minus your power, or your previous breaking point minus your power. So it goes down one power increment. And
Oh god.
yeah, and a voice back at the voice is yes, follow me. We will take you safely. So that none will know that you had any involvement in this. So,
he's in darkness, so maybe she could fail an alertness check and not have to lose sand.
that's true. Yeah, you can. Yeah, give me an alertness check.
I'm really good at I make it.
Yeah, she's super sharp-eyed.
right,
I tried.
Give me one more sand check.
Motherfucker.
This is for a natural.
It's all I could think of. I'm sorry.
Mm-hmm.
I do make it. I'm fine.
Yeah.
I'm too jaded. I'm too numb right now.
Yeah. This is the hooves. This thing has hooves, and it's not like wearing special weird boots or anything. It is.
Yep.
that is biological. That is something the way it walks. Yeah,
it's fine.
So
yeah, it's just my friend. Don't worry about it.
There's a guttural sound, almost like a chuckle, but deeply unsettling. As after Ryan says, "Oh, this is my friend," and
awesome.
It takes you to a side hidden door, like again, just the wall opens up and reveals a tunnel, and you go down and down and down and down, and it is dark and dark and dark. Now, I would assume all of you have some kind of flashlight.
Oh yeah,
yeah. So,
and I'm smoking. unless he literally tells me not to, I'm smoking.
Oh no. But that is the only light down here. There are things moving in the dark around you. And there are odd sights to see, but you, do you peer into the darkness and try and understand it, or do you focus on the path ahead?
I think we know what kind of guy Jørgen is.
Yeah,
I'm basically cross-eyed staring at the cherry at the end of my smoke. That is my world right now.
Mm-hmm.
Very head down, like torch straight in front of the feet, like.
Oh.
You're sitting me intelligence times 5.
Okay. I am very smart as well. Okay, I make that.
Your guide speaks in another language.
Okay.
And you recognize it as like medieval Latin, like spoken.
Okay.
Yeah, and to something out in the darkness, and you hear a shuffling sound, and then silence. But it is damp. It is dark. The stone carvings do not match. None of you have architecture, so none of you really understand it.
I got anthropology.
That doesn't help you with like weird. You're underground. What does this mean?
Fair enough.
Perhaps it's better you don't know. But you walk for hours and hours.
Yeah, no thoughts, head empty.
Yeah. And you come out into on the other side of the river, the Hudson. And
did we ever go up, or are we just at the surface again?
You eventually do go up. As you go through the tunnel, you start ascending, and you start noticing like infrastructure again. And older, and so you're just like going back. It's like time traveling back into the present, like from the ancient to the Industrial Revolution to the now. And eventually he shows you a tunnel, and at the end of it is a steel door. It's like, open that door, and there will be a stairs that lead up to the surface. That is a storm drain that goes up to the surface. You will be far from prying eyes, and I believe there would be a car with the keys in it at the end of the street. I apologize. It is a hearse.
Jesus fucking Christ.
Not asking. Honestly, that would have been useful earlier.
The payment has been... The service has been rendered. All debts cleared. I bid you goodbye. Be seeing you. Gary goes off into the darkness.
That guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, so let's get topside and make ourselves scarce. I think Jørgen will, perhaps disturbingly to Yersinia, like put a comforting hand on her shoulder and say, "Thank you for helping back there. I'm very glad that you came back down and didn't bring the book out." In a very clear, I no longer feel the immediate need to like monitor you for if you need to still be alive or not.
Oh my god.
Oh.
I'm not.
Like the clear implication is that you are back in a category that you were in earlier in the day.
I think Yersinia will be like, "Do you smoke?"
No.
I hold the pack out.
You should start.
So, yeah, you've completed Operation Alice.
Is there like a, just for in terms of like wrap-up questions. Is there a green box or something that I know of that I can like dump the shit we collected from the room in? Like,
Oh, sure.
Okay,
So,
good.
This campaign goes on, of course.
Uh,
Yeah. And the next chapter begins in the year 2015.
oh, God.
Holy,
So there is going to be a 20-year vignette beginning next
Holy
session
shit.
to explain what happened to you in the interim.
whatever happened to Cell Y?
Yeah. So we'll talk about it off camera a bit. But yeah, that will be something to look
Fantastic.
forward to.
Amazing.
So yeah, you the McAllister building is no more, and you're all alive.
We
I mean,
did it.
Sure.
Alive.
Yeah. Any questions, comments, or anything before we end the episode?
No, it was horrible. I loved it.
Yeah.
I'm very excited to see what comes next. That was great.
Yeah, my
Oh,
legitimate
yeah.
internal reaction when you told us that the book was written by someone named Fitzroy was like, how fucking dare you?
Yeah. It's nice. It's fine. Don't worry about it. So
Everything's good. Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, my surrogate parent is definitely not just part of all this.
No, of course not.
No.
I mean, I don't think I learned anything about the that stuff. Did I? Or did I?
I don't remember. Who knows what? You're gonna have to keep track of that. Like, everything on the board is sort of known to everybody.
Yeah, no, I mean, I think most of the information about the creepy children's book was just Dr. Riszek.
Yeah. Yeah, I think Yersinia mentioned it. I don't think Yersinia
Like, unless we're trading
No, I-
notes at the end.
I did talk to you about it, actually. Didn't
Yeah.
Oh,
I?
you did?
it
Okay,
was
yeah, no,
mentioned,
you did. I just forgot to write it in my notes because I was a little absorbed in the horror.
Yeah.
My mistake.
Yeah. All right. So there will be ways for you to improve your skills and stats, actually, and ways for you to recover sand. Yeah.
Will 20 years be enough to recover our sand? Next time, find out.
I guess we'll fucking find out.
Yep, we will.
All right. We'll talk to you later. VC to you.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.